Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
What up, though, people?
Young Jeezy.
Jeezy was trying to come back there for a second, bro. But it's your boy Detroit Kool-Aid on the desk with one Mr. Matt Broder. And I know we got a lot to talk about today. Baseball-oriented Tigers, Michigan baseball. I'll let you tell that in the breakdown. We have our elite booth as well. We got Mr. KG, Detroit's #1 draft pick, in the sound booth. Woodward Sports' MVP, Mr. JB Smooth, in the TD booth, and you fellas got some crispy hats on this morning.
Appreciate it.
A lot of old English D's up in this place. Pause. Shoot! A lot of Tigers love in this studio this morning. Opening day, baby.
The sun is shining. The Detroit Tigers, they opened up the way we would hope. Shout out to Flannel Sam as well. You guys will be seeing him on Big D Energy. You don't want to miss that with Neil Rule. Chat family, as always, you guys are very, very, very big and important part of our Wake Up Woodward family. Smash that like button, and once you've done that, encourage someone else to do the same. Broder, do you want to tell the people what we will be talking about today?
I would love to. Awesome. Kool-Aid. We're talking a lot of Tigers to open up this, open up the first hour of the show. We're going to dive into opening day in the next segment.
A lot of Tigers, did they win or something?
Pardon?
A lot of Tigers, did they win or something?
No, it's just the opening day. It's that time. We got to give them a little bit of love.
Go.
I guess around that baseball theme too, because we've got University of Michigan baseball head coach, Skip, manager, Tracy Smith. He'll be joining the show at 8:45. Got a lot of great questions for him about Michigan. Also, he just happened to coach Mr. Spencer Torkelson out in Arizona State. So looking forward to picking his brain. Really smart coach who I actually pitched against when he was at Indiana University. In the second half, we're getting back to all Lions. We got a very large mock being revealed to our viewers at 9 o'clock. It's a very big mock at 9 o'clock.
Is this the biggest mock yet?
Biggest mock yet.
Oh.
4.0, they call it.
You just going to whip it out?
Yeah. Shout out Blazing Saddles.
Put your kids away.
Hide your wife.
Hide your wife.
Hide your kids.
Hide your wife.
Real talk. It's huge. Then, you know what? We're going to play a little Would You Rather with Mr. KG.
Hey.
We're going to have a lot of fun with the chat in the second hour especially. But, of course, call in. You want to talk baseball? Let's talk some baseball. The Red Wings last night, they had a tough one. We're going to go around the city, touch on everything. The Red Wings didn't give us a lot. Did not give us a lot to hope for.
Not looking good.
We needed this. The Red Wings needed this. They lost 4-0 against the Carolina Hurricanes.
Man.
Fortunately, Washington lost 2. So we're still only 2 games back from that second wild card spot. But, man, this road is getting tougher and tougher every loss. Every time you don't get 2 points. Every time you don't get 1 point.
Yeah.
You know what? We'll put the Tigers. We'll talk about them at the end of the all around the city because we're going to get into them in the next segment as well. We can start right there with the Red Wings, man. Right at this point in time, it seems like whichever team gets hot down the stretch, that is the one that is going to stake claim to a playoff spot out of the wild card teams right now. I'm still remaining hopeful that the Detroit Red Wings can catch some type of fire. I am holding out hope. For a while there, it looked like they had the recipe.
Yeah.
Hopefully the goalies can get hot. Hopefully the defense can turn it up just a little bit. And I'm hoping that there's some place that they can kind of dig down and be able to make this push down the stretch. They did lose to Carolina. They were in Carolina last night 4-0. And as you pointed out, they're still just 2 games behind.
Yeah.
The Capitals for the second wild card spot.
The tough thing, and although Carolina is a fantastic team, it's hard to see not only 4 goals against, but not having any offense, not putting any goals, not scoring any goals, the Red Wings themselves. That's what I worry. This offense, that's the one thing that's sort of kept them in it, led that run. Yeah. Obviously, Alex Lyon and James Reimer were playing well in goal during that stretch. But, man, you got to get a point just about every single game. I know, KG, if you watched it or where's your head at around this Red Wings team right now?
I think you're muted.
Yeah, it's falling apart, man. I don't know where has the offense gone. Like, it's just completely evaporated. I don't know who exactly the point blame at. Is it Derek Lalone? Is it the fact that Stevie White didn't make any type of moves at the deadline? I know it's a lot of questions going around, but if the Wings don't make the playoffs, there will be a lot of eyebrows raised at this situation. So
yeah,
I just hope they can put it together, but so far it's not looking the best.
Well, they have about 9 games left, or they're coming. This is the final stretch.
It's an uphill battle, though. They got a lot of good teams left. So
yeah, they're not out of it. So they need our love. They need our support.
They do.
Let's go.
They ain't been the same since we've been to that game.
Right? They got a lot of away games. How many home games they have coming up? We might need to make a wake-up crew another trip out to LCA.
We might. I think they have 3 or 4 left. 3
or 4 home games?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Wake up Woodward crew. We'll see you at one of them.
We have to make that.
We have to.
We might have to assemble.
For the team.
They are.
Team.
The winged wheel, baby.
The winged wheel.
Unfortunately, the other team at LCA, the Pistons. They're not at LCA tonight, but they do play tonight.
Yes.
Season not over yet?
Is there anything to look forward to
Season
tonight?
been over, bro.
Yeah, what's the point? What's the point of them even suiting it up at this point?
At this point in time, go out there and solidify your best shot at being able to get a top pick. I mean, you're already in that position.
Yeah.
But when it gets stolen from you again, at least it will look that much more egregious for a second year in a row. Maybe they're just testing the league to see what's actually possible, man. Can this happen to them again where they fall from 1st to 5th? In the NBA draft? Who knows, man? Who knows? But a little bit of Pistons news on the beat.
Yeah.
Shout out to my guy Mike Curtis of the Detroit News. He's actually going to be moving on. When I joined the beat, I joined 1 year before he was hired. But my first year, I was actually on Zoom a lot for a lot of the press conferences. They let me come to some games as they were kind of acclimating me to the process. My second year, full-time on the beat, Mike Curtis, that was also Mike Curtis's first year on the beat as well, and as well as Corey Woods, too, from the M.
Corey!
And
Shout
so
out.
we kind of, over the last couple years, we relied on each other, gave each other a lot of support. If you guys are fans of Woodward Pistons, and you will know that his face was one of those ones that you saw over there as well, to help kind of build that platform and give his thoughtful insight. He's done great work, man, not just covering the team, but covering everything around the team. The different people who help, like the social media people, even running some profiles on the DJs that are there, some of the attendants that are there, and just kind of the culture of it all. Ty Mopkins and other people. He's done a really good job over his time at the Detroit News, and now he's moving on to bigger and better. I'll wait for him to announce that. We're working on possibly getting him on the show so he can give us at least one last Detroit Pistons take before he officially moves on April 5th. But he did announce it yesterday. Wanted to shout him out.
Shout out. Very talented writer, very talented reporter. Has stuck by this Pistons team, just like you, has been covering them through some dark times. So wish him absolutely the best. The writers, the reporters, I know that's what I'm trying to build some credibility, but that's part of my experience growing up. Hey, I'm new. I'm new.
Though,
I'm working on it. But growing up, like, especially before, I grew up kind of before cell phones. This crew right here is a perfect balance. Is a mix of, some 80s baby. We know what the AOL dial-up modem is. Like, we know that sound in the back of our head. It sticks with me
I used to try to muffle
forever.
that sound, bro. I used to, like, cover up the computer, like the big old box, thinking I can muffle that sound so my parents wouldn't hear that I was getting on online so I can get on AIM.
Right. AOL Instant Messenger.
Hell yeah.
Yo, that was it back
What
then.
was your screen name?
That elusive one.
That elusive one.
Yeah.
Nice.
How is it spelled?
D-A-T?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh my God! Don't be embarrassed. I used to text DAT all the time. I look stupid now looking back at it, but
That was the original abbreviation, texting abbreviation.
it was, man.
But the point is to
Oh,
say,
my
like,
goodness.
writers and reporters at the Detroit News, at the Free Press, MLive, the Oakland Press. I hope I'm not missing anyone, but
Shout out to the Michigan Chronicle.
The Michigan Chronicle. I remember playing in high school, and Mick McCabe was the writer, the reporter who covered all the high school teams. Like, you look forward to seeing your name in the newspaper or reading about your rival school or reading about your friends.
Yeah.
It is such a big part of it. So Mike Curtis has been part of this new wave. Shout out to him. He's done a fantastic
Shout out to Joe
job.
Slezak as well. He was at the Detroit Free Press the year that I made All-State for basketball.
Come on.
Shout out to him. I didn't even know he was looking at the games, but shout out to you too, man. I appreciate it.
What's his name?
Joe Slezak.
Joe Slezak. Shout out to
Yes.
you, Joe. Also, shout out to Dante. Dante151, thanks so much for the $4.99 donation.
Shout
I'll
out.
call that $5. Red Wings need to get their head out of their butts. Pistons turn into the
That's fair.
Pictons. Tigers keep it going and sweep those dang White Sox.
Yeah.
I'm down with that. They
Hell
looked
yeah.
good yesterday.
They
And
did.
Like I'm containing my energy for this 8:15 segment,
Yep.
but they look good. They look good.
Hard fought win.
It was.
It was.
Bro, it was a 2-hour game.
Yeah.
It was. Okay. Contain.
Broder
Contain.
ball, man.
We almost
Broder
there.
baseball. So we got
We
Broder
almost there.
ball, and we got Broder's Big Mock today.
It's a huge day.
Pause.
Huge day.
Big pause.
And I don't know if we're showing it today. When I was
God.
working on this interview with Tracy,
Overshowed
I got a few clips. They were able to send me a few
We
clips.
got to play it at the start of the segment.
Speaking of growing up a long time ago, there's some grain. I don't know if we can show it today, but we got some live footage.
Ooh.
I look like a little kid. I haven't seen. Literally, I have no footage of.
It's the era we grew up in, man.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for my grandma clipping newspapers and such, I wouldn't have
Bro.
anything to show for it.
Wild.
I got, bro, some of my highlights my parents got, they're on VHS.
Come on. What does that even stand for? Trivia. What does VHS stand
You
for?
know, I've never known what VHS stood for. Now, just thinking about it, I just always, it's VHS. I've never thought about what it actually meant.
I've been trying to have an
Video
answer for
homes,
everything, bro.
stereo.
But
What was that?
Video home stereo, video home system, something like that.
Video
something
home.
like that. Wow.
I have no
That's
idea,
why you the
but-
MVP, man.
I have no idea, but man, I haven't seen one of those in a while.
I'm
The
holding
tape
back.
used to get caught in it. Oh my god.
You had to rewind it in a separate machine
Yeah.
before you returned it to
Yep.
Blockbuster. Yeah, I know you guys think we're absolutely crazy right now. This is a life. You end the week, you go with your family over to the Blockbuster video.
Oh
you pick
man,
out.
Blockbuster was
Every
the
Friday.
That was a spot, man.
spot. What?
You get
Candy,
home and you realize whoever had the
popcorn,
VHS before
video
you
games.
didn't rewind it.
That's oh my god, I used to hate that. And
Bro.
then it used to take like 20 minutes to rewind the tape. So you got to sit there, you got to watch the movie in reverse the whole time. Like man,
I would spend
Crazy.
that time to go pop the popcorn and everything.
Right.
Man.
Yeah.
I would come back and the movie would still be rewinding. Like, oh my god,
Right.
what's going on, people? People.
Yesterday, they officially announced really the season
season tickets.
season ticket holders.
There you go.
Got their official announcement, their official email. The jersey reveal is happening on April 18th.
Yeah.
For the Detroit Lions, that is. This was originally reported by Doc Macaroon, and Christian Booher. Doc, please correct me if I pronounced his name wrong. Doc and Christian reported this, the Sports Illustrated's All Lions publication. April 18th, we're going to see what the Lions' new jerseys next year are going to look like.
I
White,
cannot wait.
blue, marshmallows, blueberries, black.
Since we're
all
talking
black.
Tigers in the next segment, for the next couple segments, what do people hope those jerseys look like? Chat family,
Throw them in.
put it in the chat
Only two
right
players
now.
know.
Put it in the chat right now. What are you guys hoping these new jerseys look like? KG, because I know you have some strong opinions about these jerseys, man. What are you
Listen.
hoping that they go with?
Well, I just hope they look good. I don't necessarily mind the colors. We pretty much know what the colors is going to be. They said they keeping it classic, but I just want them to look nice. Maybe some, I don't know, some tight lion rips on the arms or something fierce, man. Make these guys look good. This is a different era of Lions football, and I just need to see something that makes them look good, because when you look good, you play good. Come
Right?
on.
Hey,
Look
yep.
good, feel good, play good.
Yep. I do know that you guys don't want that little lion on there. I remember.
Oh, no.
I
Leaping?
remember JB was talking about that.
Nah, leaping
that
can
line
stay,
looks
man.
Terrible. That is a weak line on the old school
Yeah,
helmets.
that lion went 0-16.
Yeah,
That line has a Sarah McLachlan song playing in the background at all times.
line with
In the
helmet.
eyes of an angel.
It needs to eat.
I don't know
It
the
needs to go to
song.
Premier Pet. Shout out Premier Pet.
Yeah.
Real talk. Quick news
man.
down at LCA tonight. I'm totally checked out of college basketball, and I'm not gonna lie. Who plays tonight? Purdue plays. I just had my notes up. Creighton plays Tennessee at LCA, and Purdue plays. Someone help me out here. Shoot. I just. Who do they play tonight? Purdue. Basketball. I'm looking stupid
Is
here.
UNC
live.
still in?
Gonzaga. Oh my god.
Oh, Gonzaga, okay.
Number one, Purdue. Zach Edey. They're about to Purdue against Gonzaga tonight, and then Creighton versus Tennessee. So we got Sweet 16 matchup down at Little Caesars Arena. Go
Yes,
check it
sir.
out.
I will be down there for a little bit.
Come
Actually,
on.
after the show, I'm getting down there, getting my credential. and we'll take in some of the media availability stuff. I'm on a hunt for players. I'm going to be asking them, how's your experience been in Detroit, Michigan as well?
I'd love to hear that.
Yeah, it's
love
gonna
to
be
hear
pretty
that.
cool.
Let's do it. By the way, Matthew Larson, VHS, Video Home System.
Hi, I was right.
Hey, Woodward Sports MVP.
That's a check mark for you, JB Smooth.
Well, you know what, man?
Let's do it.
Yesterday, everything was working out perfect for the Tigers.
It
man.
was. It was like Tarek
It
Scoop
was.
was training at Planet Fitness.
Hey.
And just receiving no judgment from anyone else working there. Because Planet
My
Fitness is home of the judgment-free zone. It's where anyone, and we mean anyone, even Tarek Scooble, he can feel comfortable and work on his fitness goals at Planet Fitness. You will experience a squeaky clean gym that has tons of equipment, full body workouts in under 30 minutes, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all this for $10 a month without a commitment. That seems too good to be true. If you want to pay a tiny bit more, $24.99, you get access to all the amenities. The Hydra massage bed, the tanning booths, the massage chairs, everything you can ask for at a Planet Fitness where your fitness is essential.
We aren't quite sure if they consume more beer or sports. Either way, the heavyweights are here. Live on Woodward Sports, daily 5 to 7 p.m. Every year, after a cold and dreary winter, Metro Detroiters come together for two things: Tigers baseball and the best damned party in the world. A new season of Tigers baseball is here, and we're bringing in the new season as only Woodward Sports knows how. Broadcasting live from the biggest party. It's the Grand Slam Festival at the Detroit Opera House. Come party with 4,000 Detroit sports fans, starting with Wake Up Woodward and rolling into Big D Energy. This is a party you don't want to miss, with Detroit's best DJs, food trucks, and of course, shots. Get your tickets now at GrandSlamFest.com. 21 plus. See you April 5th at the Grand Slam Fest. We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand, you offer more products to more people. That's exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC. They still offer the same great service that their customers have come to know and expect. Go check them out. They're on Woodward Avenue, just south of 9 Mile Road. Also, check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today at lesstanford.com. Les Stanford Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Let's drive right down Woodward Avenue, the
the
legendary
dub.
Woodward Avenue, where all of our Detroit sports teams, they now reside.
I love that.
I love that. Hey, do you realize that Detroit is one of the few cities where all four sports teams are actually in the city? That
I
they
didn't
represent?
realize that.
Yeah.
I knew they were or at least I thought they were an outlier, like when the Pistons were at the Palace of Auburn Hills.
Yep.
That they were one of the only teams, or the only team in the NBA that didn't play in the city that they were named after.
Yeah.
The Detroit Pistons played in Auburn Hills.
Yep.
I can't remember if there were any else, but they were that one. Now we got all four downtown,
All four downtown.
off of Woodward
All
Avenue.
four.
Within
One
walking
street.
distance, yep.
Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to figure out, is if they are the only sports teams out of the four major ones that play on the same street as well. But what up, though, people? Welcome back to Wake Up Woodward Chat family. As always, smash that like button to support your crew. We got 4 of our starting 5 here. Shout out to our vet, Mr. Flannel Sam. He will be on Big D Energy today. Before we get into the Tigers and reacting to the big opening day win yesterday, we are internally dealing with a situation that we will kind of keep until more news and more information comes out, until we can get more clarity from the families involved. We will keep the aspects of it, the news of it, kind of hidden or
Under wraps for
under
the
wraps
moment.
for the moment. But we will encourage everybody to love on your family, love on your friends, be there for people. Definitely. definitely. It's a situation that definitely is affecting aspects of our show as well, and it's something that ultimately just want you guys to kind of be more or less aware, and to be conscious, especially with the ones that you call friends, family, loved ones.
Yeah. Reach out to anybody close to you and tell them you love them, because we don't know all the details. We're learning more. Someone part of our family here at Woodward Sports, someone who's close to a lot of us here. Keep him, keep them, keep your family, friends in your thoughts and prayers. We'll update you more as we learn more. But just tell someone you love them today.
Anything else before we get into this Tiger segment, boys?
No. I think this would be something that would excite our friend. On most days. So we're gonna give this day, this show, our best effort. We appreciate you guys for being here and having fun in the chat, and keeping us positive.
Keep us positive, man. Like I said, if you guys see any dips, any energy or anything, understand there is something going on. But
call in,
lift
our spirits.
We would love to be able to talk to you guys. The phone number is 313-552-6322. Tigers.
Bro, Scooble.
Tariq Scooble.
Javi Baez. Jason Foley.
Yeah.
KG's face when you said Javi Baez.
Bro, actually, you know what? I'm going to go off script a little bit. Let's start there. KG's been a pretty epic advocate of this Tigers team, and my aim is not to direct at this other person that you work with, but it's just funny how this game played out yesterday with big hits from your third base, with your third baseman, with hits from Javi Baez scoring the lone run, your Eduardo Rodriguez replacement, all just kind of fell into place. So I'm going to go to you, KG, first. Opening day, baby, 1-0.
Yeah.
Just where does your mind go first?
Big contributions from third base, first and foremost, man. Shout out Andy Ibanez, man. It was a really good game. It was well played defensively. The pitchers brought it. Of course, Tariq Scooble, 0 earned runs, 6 innings pitched. You can't ask for much more than that. But even the relief was good. Andrew Chafin came in. He put up a 0. You had Foley come in and get the save. And, man, and it was at one point in the 8th inning where the Tigers really could have broke this thing open. We had bases loaded. I really wanted them to bring another couple runs in, but, I mean, it is what it is. But Baez drove in the RBI. Javi Baez with the run and a hit on the day. So, hey, I can't be too mad at that, man. If he do stuff like that, then it is what it is. But let's keep this train rolling. Let's get another one, man, and let's finish this series off the right way.
Hey, look, man, Javi Baez was just saving it for the regular season, right?
Right.
There we go.
Right.
There we go.
It was such a great game to start. We talked about it. Was it a must-win with Flannel on the show yesterday? And honestly, I would rather have this game yesterday, this 1-0 game, than a 10-0, 20-0 blowout. And that might seem crazy, and maybe it is. But how it played out, we got to see Tariq Scooble dominate.
Yep.
Like you said, 6 innings pitched, 3 hits, 0 earned runs, 0 walks, 6 Ks. He was in control all day long. He generated 20 whiffs on 49 swings. I think it was 83 pitches, 59 strikes. He was in control. Not necessarily his sharpest stuff, but he was in control. He was throwing hard, averaged 96.7 miles per hour. But then on the offensive end, it was only 1 run, which there are going to be games where we're gonna need to win some 1-run games. Hopefully not too many 1-0 games, but 1-run games where you had to manufacture this run. Situational hitting. Javi Baez, he got on base, which first we can celebrate that.
Right.
Yeah. But what happens next? He steals second base.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Parker Meadows, you're a rookie. I believe he's officially a rookie. He only had, 37 games, plate appearances last year.
Yeah.
He grounds the ball. He grounds out to second base, which moves the runner over. Yep. Perfect situational hitting from a young hitter. And then Andy Ibanez has a pretty tough at-bat. A couple swings and miss. They got him a strikeout. His first at-bat, he pokes one somehow out to center field, out to Luis Robert Jr. This scores Javi Baez from third. It was a perfect inning. That was the third inning, I believe, to get your 1 run. And then what'd they do? You turn it over to Scooble, Shelby Miller, Andrew Chafin, and Jason Foley. And holy moly, Jason Foley. How about that 9th inning? And we're going to talk next segment or later in this conversation. I wonder what's going on at the back of the bullpen, but I'm cool with Jason Foley after seeing 101 mile per hour sinkers.
It's cool to see a pitcher just absolutely like there
Shove.
about another pitcher, man. It's dope. It's like, look, if you're excited about it, I'm excited about it. And you know what? The Detroit Tigers, they won this game. Obviously, the arm of Tariq Skubal, that's a big one. You talk about starting off your year in this Cy Young chase off on the right note. That's what we talked about.
Yeah.
These are the games that Tariq Skubal has to absolutely win. It's a divisional opponent. It's a game where you were favored. And a big part of the reason why the Tigers are favored is going to be because of Tariq Skubal. He went out there and he did his job. Yesterday we talked about what we wanted to see out of this Tigers team, and one of the things was strong pitching, because especially starting pitching, and obviously you're going to need the closers to do their job, to shut the door, especially when these starters put up a game like as masterful as Tariq Skubal did yesterday. I know a lot of people say, well, hey, consider the opponent. You know what? This is what you do against those types of opponents. The other component of this was situational hitting, because we know that those bats are going to take a little bit of time to get reared up as the season goes on through this first month. And those two things were there. Strong pitching, situational hitting, and they put it together and they got a 1-0 win. And you know what? They got it the way that you guys have continued to talk about. The way this team was being put together, the kind of money ball era, the style that they're going to play.
LFG.
When you see a team win the way that you know they want to play, that should be beautiful to you. It's beautiful music to our ears. You got that player of the game graphic, man?
I do.
Let's throw that up there, man, because Tariq Skubal, he deserves all the love today. All the love
Kool-Aid,
today.
you're in your bag with this one.
Yeah, that's a beautiful graphic.
Hey, for the team. For the team.
For the team.
For the team.
One step closer to a Cy Young, baby.
Let's go.
JB,
Let's go.
you had to love seeing Skubal, your first look at the Tigers this season.
He's definitely very impressive. I will give him that. I know I was like flipping kind of back and forth in between work, catching glimpses of the game and everything, and I'm just like, man, this dude is it. I think we finally might have a good season right now. If he can stay on the mound, this is perfect, dude.
Yeah, they're gonna need
a shirt.
What was that?
We need to get Tariq Skubal's face with "This dude is it" on it. That's a shirt for the shop.
So Scooby Snacks. Make a little Scooby-Doo play off
I like
of
that one. I like that.
That's what our an old pitching coach back when I played. Scooby Snacks were when some of the guys. I never dipped. It made me sick. Like literally the tobacco. It would make me sick. But they would call them Scooby Snacks. But this game, we're talking small ball. LFG, I see you in there. They play small ball. This game was so perfect for what AJ Hinch and Scott, for how they've built this team. Like when you think about how the lineup, when we learned of the opening day lineup, it surprised a lot of people. Like, I was wondering what they were going to do going up against a left-handed pitcher. And by the way, Garrett Crochet, he pitched great for the White Sox. They're going to have their struggles as a team this year, but he pitched really well. Southpaw on the mound for the White Sox. The lineup showed up different than we all expected. Andy Ibanez, who's been mashing against lefties, he mashed against them last year. He started at third base and led off. You had Spencer Torkelson hit number 2. Also, he went 2 for 4. That's a good start for him. Riley Green at 3, playing left field with Mark Canha DHing. You had it was Vierling. Vierling started in right field. All these things.
First hit of the game, too.
He did have the first hit of the game. What that allowed him to do, not only did we get to see Andy Ibanez and the value of that platoon, him being able to play third, and he had the biggest hit of the day against Garrett Crochet. But when they moved, when the White Sox brought in a righty, I forget who it was, later in the game in the 6th, 7th inning, A.J. Hinch had all different types of options for what he could do.
Yeah.
Using Kerry Carpenter at DH or putting him in the outfield. You could DH Andy Ibanez and put someone else at third base. There were so many options. You could do everything. That's where, if you had J.D. Martinez, you're not going to take his bat out of the lineup, so you'd have to substitute all different ways. It just wouldn't have worked out. So I love to see that. I love to see the flexibility that A.J. Hinch has with this team. And then, I mean, you only score 1 run, and you can turn it over to your bullpen, turn it over to Shelby Miller in the 7th inning. Mm-hmm. They pitched 3 innings. Shelby Miller, I believe it was 1 inning. He had 2 strikeouts, I believe. Andrew Chafin pitched 1.1 innings. He looked really good. He looked in control. He looked like Todd Jones.
Yeah.
And then again, Jason Foley. We haven't even seen Alex Lang yet, but Jason Foley, he comes in Throwing 101-mile-an-hour sinkers?
What you going to do with that?
I think if the expectations you have for Lang were where they were, and we believe that was the closure that we believe was going to help this Tigers team kind of over the top, then what you got yesterday out of Foley, that should make people really excited about the potential depth of this pitching staff. We've seen the Detroit Tigers in the past. When this thing started to turn around in the past, it was on the strength of a bunch of young arms in the starting lineup and some pretty veteran or experienced closers. Maybe they're getting back to the roots of what saw them winning the last time we saw the Tigers
yeah, maybe.
Get good.
Maybe. I want to actually touch on that point when we come back from break, but I'm going to tell you first.
I got high expectations in this AL Central.
How high can they finish in the AL Central? They might need to make a trip over to Dispo Dispensary today. Head out there for exclusive new deals and experience a team that curates an unbelievable atmosphere. They got fresh inventory from Michigan's largest variety of products. And save the date for 420 at Dispo Dispensary. They're putting on epic events at all locations, so stay tuned for more details. Dispo Dispensary, disposhops.com, your local cannabis plug.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
And with the first pick in the 2024 Media Draft, Detroit selects Woodward Sports. Thank you for making us the #1 digital network in Detroit. Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports. You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Shake Shack and Woodward Sports want to remind you, it's always football season. How would you like to win 2 tickets to the Detroit Lions season opener? It's the Shake Shack QB Challenge, and if you can throw that pigskin on a rope, you could be at the home opener. Register today for your chance to win at any Shake Shack location at woodwardsports.com or scan the QR code right above my head here. Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it. What up, though, people? Welcome back to Wake Up Woodward. The sun is shining on us today. I'm hoping you guys have started off having a blessed one this morning. As always, we appreciate you guys taking the time to rap with us for a couple hours to start your day. And it's the last show of the week as well, man. We're going to go on, 46 and 47 and a half
46 hour break.
46 hour break?
Yeah.
There we go. There we go.
Shout out Tony Kornheiser and Michael Wilbon.
Shout out to them. But as always, chat family, you're a big part of this show. Smash that like button to support your boys.
Smash it like the smash burgers that they're going to be having down at Comerica Park.
We're going to have that review on the show, too.
Yeah.
We'll probably play that Monday then.
All right.
Phone lines are open, 313-552-6322. And you can tell us more of what we can expect when we get to Comerica Park, because you were there, you got the inside scoop. If you don't mind, let's set that up for Monday.
Let's do it.
That'll be dope.
Let's do
really
it.
dope.
But I think we got some Tigers fans.
That's where I was gonna go.
We do.
Let's feature our chat family.
Let's go.
You know we can't talk Tigers without pay-per-view beat. So what's up, Pete? You
Triple
on
T.
Wake Up Woodward?
PPV.
Hey, what's going on? Tigers Kitty Tuesday.
Pete going what?
Hey, PD, how you doing?
All right, man, real good. I just got back from Florida. Tigers looked good. They looked good yesterday.
They sure did. They sure did. What was your favorite part of the game? Did you like seeing Scooble pitch, Javi Baez chirp with the Chicago White Sox fans? What were you interested in?
I like the bully of everybody, and I like You know, I like the introduction of Jason Benetti to the crowd, and they give him like a standing ovation.
I'm so glad you brought that up. I thought he had, and I should have said something in the last segment, he had one of the best days of any of the Tigers. Jason Benetti, pay-per-view Pete just said, he sounded fantastic in the booth. The way he's able to tell stories in between his play, it was such a seamless broadcast. Thanks for bringing that up. And you're right, pay-per-view Pete. When they acknowledged him on the scoreboard, I believe after the first or second inning, that was cool. That was very cool.
Oh, VHS stands for Video Home System. Okay?
Okay.
Video Home System, yep.
Can you say that one more time, PPV?
Video Home System.
Oh, Video Home System, VHS.
Hey.
I knew, I had a feeling, pay-per-view Pete, you would have our back on the we'll call it pre-Y2K way of life.
Right.
I love it.
I got a lot of tapes. Also, there's a new movie on Netflix called Frosted, all about the race to have Pop-Tarts between Post and the other company by Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh, yeah? I'm sorry. I'm having a hard time understanding Pete, but I do appreciate you calling, especially bringing up Jason Benetti. We'll obviously look forward to having you on next Tuesday. I couldn't understand that last part, but man, Jason Benetti, I'm so glad Pete brought that up because it was a great experience. 2 hours, that's a quick game, which I loved. That pitch clock, which I was against in the first place, probably the best decision Major League Baseball
Best thing
made.
never happened to baseball.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Jason Benetti, what a stud. We got another caller on the line.
We do. Wardell, I believe. So, Wardell, you are on Wake Up Woodward.
Morning, Wardell. How you doing today?
Guys, it's Cordell.
Cordell.
Sorry.
Cordell. Hey, my bad, guys. I've been sick as a dog lately.
Oh, man.
I feel you, bro.
Hopefully the Tigers brought you a little bit of happiness.
Hey, wait, hold on. I'm conflicted right now. How the fuck is Javi Baez going to bring me happiness?
He sure did.
I'm conflicted, man. I feel like Anakin Skywalker right now. Like, I hate this guy, but I like this guy. Like, I don't know. I'm a professional shit talker, so I like seeing somebody chirp with the fans.
Yeah,
but I caught y'all talking earlier before when y'all got out y'all's not the past break, but the break before that. I just want to tell you guys I love you. Y'all some good people. Stay up in spirits and in all. And you know, like if you need help getting up mentally, go to Dispo. It helps. But yeah, I was just calling to tell you guys I love you and go Tigers. Jason Foley can pitch them 100-mile-an-hour balls. I'm feeling pretty good about this season. And let's keep it up for keep it out for the new uniforms. I'm ready.
Awesome, Cordell. Thank you so much, man.
Much
we appreciate
love,
you.
Cordell.
We love you too.
Much love, man.
You chat everyone here supporting us.
Yeah.
We truly have love for you. So thank you, especially today. To see the excitement from. It's not just baseball fans. It's Detroit sports fans. It's fans here in this city that want to see good sports, winning teams. Like the Tigers, who knows where they're going to finish up. We had some decent little projections this season, but just the excitement around, they do have a future. This team is going to be good. It's whether it takes 1, 2, 3, or 4 years.
You know it's real when they're bringing up Jason Benetti.
Yeah.
You know the excitement is real when they're bringing up the Tigers, play-by-play guy.
That's what it was like with Ernie Harwell. Yeah, that's what I only got a little piece of Ernie Harwell. Sorry to cut you off there.
No, you're
But, like,
good.
that's the legendary voice that, you know, my parents, that the generation, me and the generation before me, associates with this Tigers team. To have this excitement around the voice of the Tigers, man, Bally, what a great move.
Big facts.
Great move. It's like, you know what? And now that we've got an opportunity to at least see this team in one regular season game, so we can't overreact, but we're also not going to take the preseason expectations we had and just say, you know what, throw those out the window. So it has to have this kind of meeting of the mind. And I know we have some Detroit Tigers questions from opening day, and ultimately this stuff all ties into the Tigers' road to the AL Central title. I do believe that this is a year that is tailor-made for them to definitely get up there and, I want to say, surprise some people. But you look at the numbers in Vegas, they've moved up a couple wins. You know, it means that people are believing that they can get this done. There are people all across the nation. I was looking up the Cy Young race and what people believe is going to the expectations and predictions. A lot of people have Troy Skubal top 3. You know, when you start talking about the type of baseball they play, sometimes the lack of hitting is not something that has to concern you as much with how they can get small ball working for them. So, Broder, I'm going to defer to you, man, on this thing. Because I know that there's a lot of different questions. There's a lot of things to like, a lot of things to wonder.
Yeah.
But I believe that they have the recipe to make something happen.
Definitely. And I think the key to this whole season, they can compete for the AL Central without having to go blow up the roster or spend a ton of money. They can develop their young guys, and because the AL Central's down, that still allows them to compete. So they can take this slow while also still having a chance to win. People around baseball understand that this pitching staff, starting and bullpen, could be the real deal. There are question marks of how many innings pitched. Can they stay healthy? Those are pretty normal questions around the league, but especially this Tigers team when you're hoping for guys like Mize to be healthy, Flaherty to pitch well. There are question marks, but the question that I took out of yesterday the most, and I'm excited how it played out, but with Jason Foley being brought in the 9th inning, I wasn't sure what I wasn't sure what strategy A.J. Hinch was going to use, if there was a reason other than a matchup why he went with Jason Foley versus Alex Lang. Yeah. But I love seeing Foley out there. The question is, what is going to be that role for Lang? Are they going to split time? Or do we have a 2-closer rotation at the back of the bullpen? Is Foley? Are they going to use those 2 pitchers in certain matchups? Right. I have a feeling that they're going to use Jason Foley in maybe the most high leverage situations. So we might see him close out a game one day, and then tomorrow when they play next, he might come in the 7th inning if it's a 3-2 game, and there are 2 runners on, or there's a runner on first and he needs to get a ground ball with that 100-mile-an-hour sinker. Maybe that's a situation where you bring Foley in and then you rely on Lang to close the door. So there's only so much we can learn from one game, but KG, did you think it was interesting seeing Foley on opening day and not Alex Lang?
I did. I was totally expecting Alex Lang. Like you said, I don't know why that didn't happen, but it had to be something pertaining to the matchup. Much like Andy Ibanez got the start, and I thought Gio would get the start on this day because he's better against lefties. So, but they have a plan. And one thing about this team is versatility. They do have very versatile pieces that they can maneuver and that they can put in. I hate to boil it down to this. I say it too much, but it's really down to health because this team cannot handle a bunch of serious injuries. I think that's pretty known at this point. But if they can stay healthy, they can definitely make an impact. So I just want to see them keep this thing rolling. Play small ball if you need to. There's going to be a lot of games where we look at them and it's going to be a struggle. They're going to have growing pains, but seeing that they can win tough games like this is definitely a good sign.
Yeah, and a lot of us, I believe our whole crew, we saw when the Detroit Tigers turned the corner with those young arms, when Justin Verlander was definitely just starting to kind of step into his own. We saw them start to turn the corner. Do you get any of those types of vibes, or do you from this squad? I know we need to see a few more games.
Yeah, the energy, like the vibes, the aura, I feel it. It's really hard to tell this early in the season. Yeah. Yesterday was fantastic, and I have high hopes, optimism for this team. I want to see this first month play out. We need a big April, but I also think you need 30-game sample size.
That was going to be my next question.
What are they going to do?
How long do you wait before you start to make some kind of drawn-out conclusions about the Detroit Tigers?
I think it's a month, at least. You want to see a few starts out of the rotation. You want to see the batters get, a 30, 40 plate attempts. What?
All right, look.
What?
Because I think I was about to say put the back wall up because it's only appropriate. Because people are not waiting of the month to give El Mago. His dude, I'm looking at the chat, man. John F. and Laura, El Mago.
MVP.
Listen, I can't lie.
Crazy clown, El Mago MVP.
I cannot lie. He swung at decent pitches. He struck out once, but he flew out 3 times or 2 other times, but he made solid contact. He swung at decent pitches. I can't be mad at it.
I've always liked El Mago as a role player like a bottom 3 starting role player. When he was with the Cubs with Rizzo and Chris Bryant, like they didn't need his hitting, and he hit better, and he hit more home runs for them. They didn't need it. It was his energy. It was his swagger. It was the way he would slap the tag on at second base.
Right.
That energy is that's his role for being on the team, not your star player making $1 gazillion over X amount of years. But yesterday, and I'm not going to say I all of a sudden have hope for his season, but seeing him be the villain.
Yeah, it was great. They booed him from the moment he walked onto the field.
And he played into it. He fed off of it.
He did.
Did you see him catch that ball? I believe it was in the second inning before he came out. It was the third. He caught the fly ball in short left field, and he fired that ball.
He did.
Towards the stands. They have a net up in Chicago. Yeah. But I remember I was watching it with my dad, and I turned to him. I was like, he threw that kind of on a line. Like I hope there wasn't a kid with his glove up,
right?
But there was a net. But then I realized when they were booing him when he came up to the plate, this is a revival of that rivalry.
Yeah, it's personal.
And he played off it.
He gave a nice little swipe after his hit too. That was nice, man. I don't mind that. If you're gonna hit the ball like at a decent clip, I do not mind it at all. That's all we want from him. He doesn't need to be a bomber. He doesn't need to do too much. Just make solid contact and put the ball in play, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, and you know what? I see Brad Hendricks here. He's saying, "Oh, what's up, JB?"
No, I was just gonna say, I mean, I don't mind it, but at the same time, I'm not about to just throw flowers at him right now. I need to see consistency. This was just one game. I guarantee you he will go back to his old ways. So I just can't throw flowers at him right now.
And I see KG over here like Carla Cordell. He's saying good things about him, but his face is so conflicted at the same time.
Well, we all know that the flowers are a bit on the sarcastic side. But we want, if he can do one of 3, 2 of 4 every few games, we're okay with that.
You know what?
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was going to say, because I know we got a very important guest on the way here. But Brad Hendricks said, I felt really good, too, about the Pistons this season after the first home win, too. Look what happened there. I think the biggest difference between – and again, Brad Hendricks, come on, guys, it's just one game against maybe the worst team in Major League Baseball. I believe this. The Detroit Tigers are a little bit better built and much better coached, in my opinion, and they have a much better relationship from their ownership to their front office, to what's going on the field than the Detroit Pistons had, too. This is a team that's been building up to this point, whereas the Pistons, you're talking about bringing in new rookies, injured vets who are not on the same level of the vets that the Tigers currently have. You're talking about what's going on in the front office. The Detroit Tigers have much more stability. What we want to see is something similar to what KG has said, something similar to what Broder has said. Take what we know you are capable of.
Yes.
And continue to have that type of consistency. The way they won yesterday wasn't the way that the Pistons won early. The way the Pistons won early, when they were off to the hot 2-1 start.
It was like, wait, what season are you talking about?
Yeah, before the wheels fell off. They haven't looked like that team the whole rest of the year. And not a lot of people thought going into it that they would look like that team. The way the Tigers won yesterday is exactly what all of us and a lot of people who cover this team nationally has said, we believe this team can look like this.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Continue to go out there, play to your strengths, whether the hitting is there or not, and continue to have that consistency. That's key.
The wheels falling off after 3 games is crazy. I just gotta keep it real.
They historically fell off, bro.
Those wheels were never even on. They were never even screwed on tight enough.
Called the Pistons, it's like there's no drive.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Well, you look at yesterday and you see, and we'll get to break while we're waiting for Coach Smith, but you like to see. Oh, is he on?
No,
not yet.
Okay, we'll talk.
The players who made it. We talked Javi Baez, obviously. Hold off on the expectations, but he was part of the win yesterday. Parker Meadows, Colt Keith had his first hit of the season. With the whole lineup switching, Riley Green started in left field, and although he didn't get a hit, he made a huge defensive play.
He did.
I forget what inning it was, but having him out there in this situation where Mark Canha was DHing, I thought Canha was going to be the left fielder, Riley Green was going to be right.
They did a lot of different things yesterday.
And Riley Green is that versatile. He's that good of a defender where you can throw him out there and he can impact a game without getting a hit. Imagine if he was 2 for 3 or 3 for 4 yesterday. Like, these are the little things to see them learn how to win like this. A 1-0 game on opening day. I love that. I love that.
Yeah. It felt good. It felt good to know, you know what, they can win this way. They can beat the teams that they're supposed to beat as well. Let's see what they do the rest of the season. I mean, this series, and let's see what they do the rest of this month month ahead in April as well. I do wonder if they're with the closer situation, if they're aligning matchups down the road. I wonder what they're planning for opening day, for the home opener, opening day.
If Lang actually pitches as well as he can, and you have two closers, two relief pitchers who can shut the door like that, I'm starting to think that might be this next wave of baseball. Like, it's becoming not a bullpen-driven game, but specialist and bullpen pitchers, relief pitchers, they're more a part of the strategy than ever before. Wonder now, having those two studs at the back end of that bullpen, what AJ Hinch is playing in. They got a lot to be excited about, especially closing out those games.
And if both of them are hot pitchers this season, Broder, my question to you and to KG as well is this. Because you said closer, but you went back to relief pitcher as well. Is there what's the possibility of these guys being able to play in the same games as well as the season
very
goes
strong?
On? Okay.
Very strong. Like the situation I might have brought up at the beginning. Yeah, you get a high leverage situation in the 7th inning. You bring in Foley for that, unless Lang has maybe a better matchup for whatever. AJ Hinch knows all of the analytics of those specific pitchers and their pitch type versus the hitters possibly coming up to bat. So you could definitely see them come in the 7th or 8th inning. You could see Foley Lang or Lang Foley.
We saw Chafin into the 9th.
Right. They left him in there because there was a left-handed batter just to lead off, and he was in total control. Whether he strikes everybody out or Chafin, he gets ground balls. You're going to keep a guy like that in. And I love when a closer, his stuff, like Foley, and I'm going to use Foley for this conversation, one of his best pitches is a sinker.
Yeah.
So we saw him get swings and misses and strikeouts, but even if it's not the most electric sinker on any given day, that's going to get ground balls.
Oh, yeah.
And that means less pitches. That means your defense is on their toes every time he comes out. That's what I loved as a pitcher who didn't throw very hard.
Yeah.
If I could get ground balls, my entire defense was engaged. That made the game go faster. That made it more exciting to me. I wanted to throw as few pitches as possible. Mm-hmm. So you flip that over to a closer, I'm cool with that too. You need him to come in with a runner on first and second, and you need a double play ball. How about a 102-mile-an-hour sinker?
Yeah, it also helps when you're throwing 100, with a breaking ball. That's pretty good right there.
Wild,
man.
Riley Green, I mentioned his defense, how they can do so much with defense.
Yeah.
Like all-time defense.
You know what? Another place they can go to get some defense? That is Guardian Alarm. Guardian Alarm. Javi Baez, man. Good defense yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, throw your flowers in the chat for El Mago. We'll read the best ones when we get back. Put the flowers in the chat. MVP. Let's do it, man. Hey, look, man. It's Guardian Alarm. They offer you customized solutions from real experts. Our professional technicians take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. 24/7 professional monitoring. You can call us anytime, day or night, and know that a Guardian team member will stay on the phone with you as long as needed. It is technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology that's been proven to work, and people have been proven to care. Call 1-800-STAY-OUT. Anybody challenging the Tigers for the AL Central. 1-800-STAY-OUT.
Big Boy Seafood Fest is sailing in with a fresh catch of favorites. Dive into fish and chips, our new palm-crusted cod, perfectly fried clam shrimp platter, or a delicious fish sandwich. Try our new mango iced tea, the ultimate complement to our popcorn shrimp, our all-new fried pickles, shrimp alfredo, or shrimp stir-fry. Experience all the sea has to offer every Friday night with our all-you-can-eat seafood buffet. Every day is a fish fry, only at Big Boy.
Congratulations to the real Coach of the Year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Every year, have After a cold and dreary winter, Metro Detroiters come together for two things: Tigers baseball and the best damned party in the world. A new season of Tigers baseball is here, and we're bringing in the new season as only Woodward Sports knows how. Broadcasting live from the biggest party. It's the Grand Slam Festival at the Detroit Opera House. Come party with 4,000 Detroit sports fans, starting with Wake Up Woodward and rolling into Big D Energy. This is a party you don't want to miss, with Detroit's best DJs, food trucks, and of course, shots. Get your tickets now at GrandSlamFest.com. 21 plus. See you April 5th at the Grand Slam Fest. We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Hey, you guys, the new glorious Ice Water Bubble Hash Pre-Roll now has diamonds in it. They are constantly pushing to create the best cannabis experience just for you. They have the perfect boost comes from the added touch of pure THC diamond dust, allowing flowers with only the highest terps, making the best even better just for you. It's Glorious Cannabis. Check them out at your local retailer, or you can always check them out online at gloriouscanna.com.
What up, though, people? Welcome back. It's Wake Up Woodward, and we appreciate you guys choosing to start your morning with the boys. Thank you guys, as always. Smash that like button to support. Hug on your loved ones as well, people. Definitely, if you want to go back to the beginning of the show, there's a situation that we are currently dealing with internally with a co-worker. Please keep him in prayer, his family in prayer, and in your thoughts. And as I'm going to reiterate again, hug on your loved ones, friends, families, and co-workers, and more. Definitely do. Smash that like button to support, and the phone lines are open, 313-552-6322. And I know we're going to be talking to Tracy Smith very, very soon.
Yes, he's going to be calling in. So I know KG is he's on the phone lines waiting. We're having our video chat wasn't quite working this morning, so he'll be joining us here in the next few minutes. I'm excited to hear his perspective on coaching Michigan. He's a legendary coach in college baseball. Started at Miami of Ohio. I played against him when he was a coach at Indiana. Then he went out to Arizona State, and that's where he led Arizona State. And I'm talking about the places he's been. He's also developed, I think, over 90 major league players, 90 draft picks, including several first-rounders. And if you guys remember, Spencer Torkelson was the first overall pick. KG, it sounds like we have the man, head coach of University of Michigan baseball, Tracy Smith, on the line.
He's on the line.
Tracy, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Good morning, Tracy. Thank you so much for joining the show. How you doing today? How are you doing out in Ann Arbor?
Well, good. You guys can stop, bad-mouthing me now.
Broder's only giving us good things. He's only said good things.
I've been the past 15 minutes, so all good here. All good.
Awesome. I don't have much I can say to you because when I pitched against you and your Indiana Hoosiers, we didn't have much success getting to go against Josh Fegley and Alex Winnett, and you guys had yourself a team. But Tracy, I want to ask you about this University of Michigan baseball team. You came here after a stint at Arizona State, and I know one of us will have a question about Spencer Torkelson. But the team right now, you're 9-16. You've lost 5 games to top 25 teams, but have now started the Big Ten season 2-1 and are tied for first place. Just tell me about the season. Give me a little overview of how the team's playing so far.
Well, it's one of those things. Again, the guys guys are coming to work every day. We're, like everybody else, we're dealing with some of the injury stuff, as you mentioned, the schedule and all of those things. It's just one of those in a program in transition. Rosters are important, particularly today in the day of portal and NIL, and we just, as Michigan's different on the academic side, so it's just going to take us a little bit longer to get the roster where we want it. But I'm pleased with the way the guys are playing. I would say we can compete on the weekends, and that's our goal, is to win the weekends. And we're just thin on the roster, but that's okay. We can still do the things we want to do, which is win a Big Ten championship and extend the season as long as we can.
I love that. And when I was talking to Connor before having you on, he shared there are 19 freshmen on this team, 7 transfers. So it is, I don't know if you'll call it a rebuild. You're reshaping this organization, trying to turn them into a consistent winner in the Big Ten. What is your overall philosophy as a coach? How do you coach this team up? What, is it long ball? Is it small ball? What's your philosophy, Coach Smith?
Well, I think it depends on your roster. It depends on. I think we brought up Torkelson's name when you got Torkelson at ASU and the others surrounding him. We weren't going to play a lot of small ball. We were going to let those guys hit. But I just think a lot of it depends on the makeup of your roster. But in a perfect world, I'd love to have that lineup stacked from top to bottom. And I always get what I'd say is threats. Like, how do I feel when the opposition is sending a guy to the plate? Do I feel, that he's going to hit a double and they could beat us with more than just a lazy single? And we want to get it to the point where we're sending that type of lineup to the plate. And again, that's going to take a little bit of time, and which we're working diligently to do, and one game at a time. So that's kind of where we are at this point.
All right, and what about Mitch Voigt? I believe he's a leader of this team in his sophomore year. He was a freshman All-American last year. He's now leading the team in hitting, I believe, at .330 average, 12 doubles, 3 homers, 16 RBIs, and he pitches for you. I believe he started 3 games and come out of the bullpen. What's Mitch Voigt mean to this team? What does he do well? What should we be looking for when our audience goes out to the Ray Fisher Stadium and watches your team?
Well, Mitch is, he's one of the guys that's stuck in the coaching transition, and thank goodness, because as you said, he does everything. I mean, he was a freshman All-American at third base for us last year, but because of the roster the way it is in 2024, we knew that and he pitched out of the pen last year, but we knew, given the shortcomings on the mound, that we were going to have to start him this year. And so Mitch Voigt, to me, when you take a freshman All-American at third and you ask him, say, hey, man, in interest of arm care, because you're going to be a main guy for us on the weekend, we need to move you so that we can manage your arm. So to willingly make that shift across the diamond, and ultimately for us now because of injuries to the outfield, again, after an All-American third base, I think that speaks more to Mitch Voigt. I mean, his talent is one thing, and he's going to help us on the mound and certainly in the middle lineup. But just the quality of human being to make that move willingly for his team when it may not be the best thing for him personally on his personal side professionally, but he did it willingly to help the Michigan Wolverines win baseball games.
Hey, Skip, this is KG here, and I'm looking, and you've worked with some very notable names, Kyle Schwarber being one, an absolute dog, I believe, World Series champion with the Cubs, and, of course, here locally, Spencer Torkelson. You've managed him a lot. What do you see in his game that you think will take him to the next level at the MLB level?
And an interesting factoid, too, here. We didn't get to work with him because he signed before, but we actually had Colton Keith was committed to us at Sun Devils.
No way.
Nice.
Yeah. I texted Colt last night, so congratulations on that first knock and the win. But no, just special. First of all, special human being. The power breaking, with torque back to torque at ASU. I mean, breaking. You knew you had something special when he broke Barry Bonds' home run record as a freshman. I mean, that's quite an accomplishment.
Absolutely.
But what makes him unique for Detroit is his glove work around the bag, his ability, because he was a high school shortstop. And in his particular class, and also another prospect in the Detroit organization, Gage Workman, who was, I know they're high on. We had 4 shortstops across the infield, but having a guy like Torque, who played short and then developed the skills as a first baseman and now traded on the big leagues, I think it's really kind of cool that you've got a guy that's going to hit the power, but a guy that also has a chance to be a plus defender. And I think last year, with the 30 home runs and kind of his coming out, I think it's just exciting for him and for all the fans of Detroit that this guy's just now kind of coming into his own. And he's going to be a pretty special player for a long time, I think.
That's fantastic to hear. A lot of Torque fans here in Detroit.
Yeah.
Skip, do you have – I know we started a little behind now. I want to be conscientious of your schedule. Do you have 2 or 3 more minutes just to answer 1 or 2 more questions?
I'm sitting here drinking a cup of coffee and, again, battling my computer and technology to try to go on. So I'm yours.
Fantastic, fantastic. So what I'm really interested in, something that, was ingrained in me the first day I stepped in Ann Arbor, was that Michigan-Ohio State rivalry. You happen to coach at Indiana in the Big Ten, having beaten both of those teams, but now wearing the maize and blue. What's it like being a part of that? Have you truly experienced it yet? I know it's only been about a year and a half since you've been in Ann Arbor. Do you and I'll add Josh Fegley, your assistant coach, an absolute stud himself that I had to pitch against. I actually didn't pitch, but what's that mean to you two? What's it been like now wearing maize and blue?
Well, you feel it for sure. I mean, in fact, just kind of a funny anecdotal story. I got a call from a travel ball coach yesterday, and he starts off the conversation. Hey, I've and I've got this kid, and he's from Ohio, so you know how painful it is for me to make this call to you. So like you feel it in all ways, shapes, and forms, and whether it's like that, talking to a coach, or when you're on the field competitively, or the week leading up to, or it's there. It's always there, and I don't want to go into too many details, but I mean, even, let's just put it this way, even urinals across the athletic department have a certain brand that's in the middle of the toilet. So that's a daily reminder of who your rival is. We'll leave it at that.
Hey, Coach.
And I think
Oh, no, continue.
No, I'm just saying, it's like it's always at the forefront, and we went to Columbus last year and had a not a good weekend at all, and actually got swept over there when they were out of it. We were saving our arms for the tournament, but nonetheless, we didn't play well there, and that really bothered certainly the coaches and the players and everybody, and I'm sure fans. So it definitely means something, and we want to always acknowledge that and compete. But at the end of the day, and this is the conference piece of this, baseball, as it's a long, it's a marathon. Every game's important, whether it's Ohio State or anybody else. And going back to your question about Ohio State, but circling that's where we are now, that's the way we feel. So we've got to try to win every single game on the weekend, regardless of who the competition is, to extend our season as long as we can.
That's awesome. And Coach, hey, listen, you don't have to hold back at all on this next question.
Oh, boy.
But I got to know, what did you really think about Michigan back when you played against Broder? Mr. Matt Broder, on co-host here.
Oh, boy.
You don't have to hold back anything.
Well, it's funny. Well, first of all, so I was Miami of Ohio undergrad. We used to play Michigan quite a bit with the Bud Midall connection. And so
that's right.
I'd already this sense of Michigan back in the Larkin days, and in fact, my first college start was against Jim Abbott. So I had this opinion of them back then as a player, and then coaching against in the era that you just described, I would always be like, because I would always hear this, hey, Michigan's special, Michigan's this. I'd be down there in Bloomington going, heck with those arrogant son of a guns, and but then taking the job now. You feel that, like you feel the immense pride that everyone has in being, in not just in the athletic department, but the Michigan culture in general, and then certainly the championship mentality across the board. And I've said it to my friends that are still, I said, I used to be the one spouting off against it and whatever, but I'm drinking the Kool-Aid now because you feel it, you experience it, and you can't really describe it. It's just an aura in this town, at this university, that you're at a place that is very, very special. It's unique. And, we're struggling right now with our record, and, everyone has pride. You're like, gosh, the state, the school, deserves better than what we're doing. So that's how I would describe Michigan now, or then and now. And thrilled to be here and being a part of what's going on. And I promise you, as we build this thing out and continue to get recruiting classes in here, we're going to get it back to where everybody wants it to be, because that's just standard at Michigan, period.
Ooh,
Yeah, so
I like that.
Speaking of drinking the Kool-Aid, a lot of us are
like
drinking
Kool-Aid.
that Tigers Kool-Aid, man. We are all bought in, even after one game. I know you're a busy man, but I'm sure you're tapped into the Tigers. What do you see from the Tigers this year? Do you think that they are actually an AL Central contender? And what do you see from them going forward?
Well, it's funny. We were winding down yesterday after practice, and I actually caught the last. I watched that in Danny Stolper's office. We watched the last 2 innings of the game, and of course it was a cold one, and 1-0. And just even my conversations with Torque over the off season, I mean, he's generally excited about the youthfulness on the roster, and he feels like, I mean, he's got a better inside look than I do. I mean, he generally feels like the Tigers are legit and have a chance to do it. And just watching their man close it out, yesterday throwing, 101, 100-mile-an-hour fastballs with mid-90s sinkers, I would love to have that coming out the back end as well.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Again, long season, as we all know, things got to go, you got to be playing well, but you got to have some luck too. You got to stay healthy. But, hey, no better start than yesterday. You can't have a better start than yesterday.
Hey,
You're
right. I like that. And just kind of one more question from me, Coach Smith. You are a head baseball coach. I want to be able to ask you about Detroit Tigers manager A.J. Hinch and what you think of him as kind of the coach for this young team that a lot of people have some high expectations for.
Yeah, I don't know AJ personally. I know, obviously people who know him and speak very, very highly of him, and maybe shame on me for not, getting to reaching out and to get to know him. I'm sure we'll connect at some point. But it does. It takes a unique personality, someone that's been around it to mold and shape not only a field or a team that's on the field, but it's all the stuff that the fans and people don't see, and the culture and keeping the locker room together. And he's had great success, and I don't imagine that that's not going to happen with him at Detroit as well. So right man, right spot, and like everybody else, I'm excited to. I'm an old Cubs fan, but when your guys are playing, we're playing for the Tigers, and you live next door, you got to root for them. So they've converted me, so I'm excited as well.
Well, thank you so much, Tracy. I gotta plug Michigan baseball real quick. You got a weekend series starting tonight against Maryland. It's also Bark in the Park on Saturday up in Ann Arbor, and then on Sunday you're having an Easter egg hunt. Is there anything else before you leave that you want to make the people aware of, or anything you got to say regarding this Michigan baseball team before we wish you well?
Well, just hang in there. I would just say it's program is the 4th time doing this. Programs in transition. It takes time. Don't lose faith. Hang in there. Our boys are going to compete like heck for the conference championship, and I'm excited to see how the rest of this stuff plays out. So appreciate the support and appreciate you guys having me on. I really do. And sorry for the literally the technical. I don't know what happened.
That Coach Smith, that is not your fault. We that's something on our end that we're working through. So you do not need to feel bad. Yeah, technology is wild these days, though. So
we got to get boots on the ground at a Michigan baseball game.
I'm hoping to. I know the morning show doesn't necessarily match up perfectly, but if we can go do something up at the Fish. Tracy, thank you so much. So sorry.
You let me know. We'll put you up there in that suite so you can stay warm. You let me know.
Let's go. Skip, thank you so much. Good luck this weekend. Tell the boys good luck and go blue.
Go blue. Go blue
all day.
Thank you.
Go blue. Take care.
You bet.
Man, he seems like a great person.
That's who you want, the kind of person. And we really didn't even get into much of the baseball talk. That's the right mind. That's the right manager you want. Not turning around the program, but revamping the program, getting them back to really before I was there. It was one of the more dominant teams in the North. And this is a conversation that I'd love to have maybe with Tracy at a later date, just on the difference between Northern baseball, Southern baseball, and college. There's so much to it. But he's a fantastic recruiter, a fantastic coach. Spencer Torkelson, Kyle Schwarber, and his staff. Last note, and since we didn't get to intro him too much, I got to say he's got three coaches on his staff who have not big league experience, professional Major League Baseball experience.
Nice.
In Zach Putnam, who played just before my time. He had a long career with the White Sox, Rockies, Cubs, He's a stud. Josh Fegley, Brock Huntsinger. We see a lot. We talk a lot about the Lions having former players on their coaching staff.
Yeah.
Baseball's turning that way too. Now there are his pitching coaches relatable to the pitchers.
Yeah.
There's something to be said about that when someone's trying to alter your mechanics or convey a long-term message to what you're trying to do. Baseball is a very interesting game where just little things, little switches make all the difference.
Yeah.
But it requires total buy-in. I don't know if you guys have seen some recent Tarek Skubal interviews, but little things that assistant pitching coach, biomechanics expert Robin Lund just made little minor tweaks to where his foot's on the rubber. Things like that can change a pitcher's career, but they have to have buy-in for what the coaches tell him to do.
Yeah.
Because you guys know arm injuries are happening all the time, and that's just one example. So Tracy Smith, legendary coach. We're lucky to have him in Ann Arbor.
We're lucky to have him in Ann Arbor. We're lucky to have Mr. Matt Broder on this show as well. Mr. Michigan man, former Michigan baseball pitcher.
Let's go.
Man.
I only gave up one run against Indiana back in the day when I pitched.
Balling. You
Talk about it.
No, they were legit.
That's a flex.
That's when you call your shot.
Well, a pitcher shouldn't be giving up any runs.
I mean, true, but
that's true, but things happen.
They were legit. They were fun. Indiana had some incredible runs. Arizona State. I didn't even realize Colt Keith was on his way there.
Yeah. I know we got the big mock on the way. Can we please, either now or after the break, show the people the video?
Do you want me to say? Okay, I'll send it in.
Let's do it, man. Let's get some butter.
We'll go out of the break so I can get it to JB.
Let's go.
Did, when I was setting this up, they sent some clips. They showed me some old footage that I saw for the first time yesterday. So let me first tell you about Big Boy. Come back. We'll show you another Big Boy. You know what I'm saying. Seafood Fest is back. Catch it while you can. Dive into fish and chips, their new Parmesan-crusted cob, perfectly fried clam strip platter, or a delicious fish sandwich. A Big Boy must try the new mango iced tea. It's the ultimate complement to their popcorn shrimp Alfredo, or shrimp stir fry. Every day is a fish fry at Big Boy, and don't forget, every Friday night, the all-you-can-eat seafood buffet. Go to Big Boy tonight.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts Woodward Sports.
Football season's officially over. Well, it's the off season and Tiger season has started. But Jack Labrador, they're open. They're available to you 24/7, 365 days a year. You can learn how to play now on your phone at jacklabrador.gg. They got 2 new symbols and a franchise-changing 3-point play. They have revamped. They have rebuilt that same old rock, paper, scissors game. So remember, once you go Jack, you never go back. So go to jacklabrador.gg.
What up, though, people? Welcome back. Thank you guys for kicking off your morning with the Wake Up Woodward show. We're appreciative of it as well, man. A couple hours of foolishness. Man, I forgot who said it in the stream. This in the chat. This show always seems to take a turn towards OnlyFans.
It's especially Friday afternoon. And we just spent over an hour talking baseball, so you know how much pent up football aggression, football phallic references are just tied up in our audience right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know they're ready for it. The video I was sending over, it didn't work out. We're going to figure it out for Monday.
We'll figure it out.
Some technical difficulties, but
y'all got to see, man, Broder on the mound. Broder ball.
Little,
That's the term now. Broder ball.
I was little.
I like that.
Let's take the call. Devin's call. He's been waiting for 20 minutes, and we're going to get right into the Big Mock after Devin's call.
Yeah.
Let's talk to him real quick, and then we will
about you, Devin.
unveil.
You on the line. What's up, bro?
All righty, fellas. This is for all the fellas for today that's been going through things that we don't talk about.
Yeah.
This is for you guys. It's always a bright light, fellas. I'm going to give it a little background, short background. For the last month, I've been dealing with a lot of things personally. And when I say this Woodward game, this crutch time game, a lot of you guys don't even realize you have kept me above ground and made me look at the positive. And just seeing the love from the group chat, guys, I appreciate all you guys. Everybody, even Eduardo, even the guys that don't like flannel, I appreciate all y'all. We have to stand together as a family, and as Detroit, we see how excited we are with these upcoming seasons and how beautiful it's bringing everybody in Detroit together, man. Just keep that energy up and keep pushing, man, because we about to get into that big mock draft, and then we're going to hear the most electrifying segment in Woodward history.
Yes.
I ain't going to steal your thunder, Kate. I ain't going to steal your thunder, Kool-Aid, but, I'm going to cook it up, but this is going to be my final thing I'm going to say for the week, guys. You guys are killing it. You guys are awesome. KG, Kool-Aid, Flannel Sam, Broder, freaking, come on, my man, my man, the fucking MVP of the damn sound booth, the DJ of the city. Let's get it.
JV.
We appreciate it, and like I said, if I can speak for everybody else, we appreciate you guys, and we want you to know, you guys, your time is valued, man. And I want to say thank you personally. I can't wait to meet you guys next week with my dad. I'm coming down.
Hey.
Let's get it, man.
Let's go.
Shout out,
Devin. Shout out, man.
Much
Pride
love,
Inkster.
bro.
You talk about a guy who supports us in the chats, in the phone calls. He even stops by the studio every now and then, brought us some merch and everything. Shout out to Devin. And I relate to, man. Like, I spent a lot of time out in Inkster when I started going to Romulus Summit Academy. I stayed with my grandmother. I also went to a small school out in Inkster called Peterson Warren Academy as well. My parents was working multiple jobs trying to make sure we could all eat, and grandma was watching us. Inkster is, and he grew up right behind my grandma, like in what's called Little Saigon. Not the best of areas, but you talk about a resilient, strong group of people, man.
Yeah.
Hey, so I connect with them. Thank you for the support, especially on a day like today. We hope that we can do everything in our power to be a light for you all as well. Definitely.
To hear him call in and talk about that, and to honestly, and although we haven't been engaging as much today, but to just feel the energy from the chat, it makes all the difference. And to know that we're up here talking sports and trying to figure out how to be an entertaining show, and to get a call like that.
Yeah.
Man,
you never know
hits.
You never know the impact you leaving on people, man.
Yeah.
So we just want to thank y'all. Without y'all, there'd be no us, man. We appreciate the support and the love, and we give it all back in as many ways as we can. So
Definitely, man. That was a great call. And continue, like I said, guys, love on your loved ones. Definitely, man. And keep your Woodward family in your thoughts, your prayers, and your well wishes. Now, though, it's time for the big one.
Oh, Jesus.
Throbbing.
It's throbbing. Hey,
you going to poke somebody in the eye with that big mic.
Now we're back in the OnlyFans segment of our show. It is time for Broder's Big Mock.
The reveal.
Hey,
4.0.
Just lay it out there on the table, man, for the people.
Big Mock at 9 o'clock.
There needs to be some sounder for this, too.
Yeah.
There's something that's just weird.
Do you think it should be like a manly, aggressive Big Mock, or should it be like a little jingle?
It should be like Ben Wallace's bell, bro.
Hey.
Dong.
It
should be a zipper noise, like the zipper little sound effect.
We need someone to cook something up.
Yeah, man.
I having everyone work on my Big Mock at the same time to try to figure out.
Hey.
Multiple people on the mic? That's how you rock it?
Whoever.
Hey, man.
I mean,
why is the desk raising up right now, man?
No, I don't know. I don't know if people are going to be interested. I don't know how the response is going to be for this pick. I have been. This has been on my mind since the beginning, and I went for it this week. I don't know how you're going to see, but let's start. We're going to run through the first. And There are several trades in this draft, but not the Lions. They're picking at 29. So we're going to breeze through the first 28 picks, actually 24 picks, and then we'll reveal maybe just after the break, pick 29.
Right.
But let's, JB, throw out picks 1 through 8.
While you getting that ready, Brad Hendricks said that this next segment is rated MA.
It is. You must be 18 years or older to watch. There's our disclosure. You can put Kool-Aid up there right above my head.
I'll do funny dance.
So here we go. The Chicago Bears, they're taking Caleb Williams. Jaden Daniels is taken by the Commanders.
Cut dry.
As you guys noticed, 4 quarterbacks in the top 4. I'm playing into this rush of quarterbacks. I'm saying the Giants trade up. They go and get Drake May.
Yeah.
They move up from New England, go snag Drake May. The Vikings, actually, the Cardinals choose to take advantage of this situation, and they move back to the Vikings at pick number 11, but you do see at number 8 something happened. They let the Vikings move up to get J.J. McCarthy. The Giants get May, McCarthy to the Vikings. We all have our opinions on that. 4 quarterbacks to the top. Jim Harbaugh gets his tackle, Joe Alt, 6'8", beast. Then Marvin Harrison. The Patriots trade back and still get Marvin Harrison. That's a W for Gerard Mayo, if I'm saying.
Yeah, but who's throwing the ball to him?
Yeah, exactly.
That's next. But they added draft capital. We don't have time to share all the trade details for all this.
You're teasing us.
But they added more. They need a lot.
Yeah.
They need a lot. So they're getting Marvin Harrison. They'll address their quarterback situation. They do have Jacoby Brissett for a year, so they might be able to get a backup. I know it's nothing, but they're not going to be good next year anyway. Anyway, so they get an elite weapon in Marvin Harrison. And then there's this rush on wide receivers.
It's got to be more attractive to quarterbacks if you already have a Marvin Harrison.
Facts.
Most
Facts. So if you can get more capital, you get offensive linemen, some defensive players. They literally need help everywhere. The Saints move up with the Titans to go get Neighbors, who looked like an absolute beast at his pro day. LSU showed out in their LSU pro day. So he moves up. The Saints, we go Olave, Shaheed, and Neighbors, and Kamara. Hey, Derek Carr, as long as Bruce Irvin's not in the building, Derek Carr's got some weapons.
Yeah.
And then the Cardinals, who had traded back to 11, they realized, wait, shoot, we got all this extra capital now. We got, an extra first-round pick. Yeah. Let's just sneak back up to number 8 with the Falcons and get a Dunze.
It makes sense. They seem to like Kyler Murray for whatever reason, his new regime. So, I mean.
Yeah. Wait till you see what they do since they have 3 first-round picks. JB, could you throw up the next 8? At number 9, so the Chicago Bears. You either go offensive line or you go with this man, Byron Murphy II. That's the one area that they got the edges now. They got a pretty they got the names in the secondary, and they have a good linebacker core. Who knows if Pickens is going to step up at the defensive tackle position, but they go after Byron Murphy, arguably the best pass-rushing interior defensive lineman in the draft. The Jets and Aaron Rodgers, they get Troy Fautanu, a versatile, they could play him at guard or tackle, whatever they want to do with him. The Falcons, so they trade back from 8 with the Cardinals, and they still get Dallas Turner.
Nice.
JB Smooth, what up, though?
Oh, damn it. The Falcons.
Yeah, I mean, they need help on defense.
They need so much help right now. Like, I don't even know where to begin, but damn it, you took Dallas Turner. Yeah. I was hoping he would fall a little.
So were the Broncos.
You got that Dallas Turner love for the Lions, huh?
Yeah.
Somehow.
Is he good enough for if he falls out of the top 10 like this? Like, do you try to
make
go up
some
to
calls.
11? That's a big
You may
jump.
have to make some calls, but I mean, I see the Lions moving up to 12 and getting this player.
Verse?
Yeah, man.
Ooh.
They have their eye on Dallas Turner, but Jared Verse, he's not as strong in the run defense, the run game as Dallas Turner, but he's right up there in terms of his pass rush ability. Maybe a 1B in terms of his savviness.
You're saying he needs to come to a team that's already good at stopping the run.
Ooh, I see where you're going with that.
A team that needs a pass rush.
Brad Holmes has set this team up. Obviously, there's still some things that have to get figured out in this draft. But he set this team up to be able to go out there, and if they decide, you know what, we want to trade up, they can make that happen without necessarily sacrificing the ability to go out there and still plug away in the later rounds of this draft.
Definitely. You see Quinyon Mitchell go to the Raiders. Yeah. Nate Wiggins. This is a little early for me, but Tennessee in that division with Jacksonville, Texans, and who's the third team in their division?
I can't remember.
They have, I've got to admit, why am I blanking on this now? At number 14, Colts. The Colts. They all have a trio of 3 wide receivers that are pretty talented, and they got speed. So I'm thinking the Titans need speed.
Yeah.
Opposite L'Jarius Sneed. They just went and got their number one. They're going to go for a high upside, speedy cornerback. He's not my favorite, but that's their thought process here.
Not bad.
And then Cooper DeJean, for the same reason, in the same division, he goes to the Colts. Seems like a perfect fit in Indy.
Yeah.
I don't know why, guys. But he seems like a perfect fit. And then Latu falls to the Seahawks at 16. Any last comments? Otherwise, I'm going to move to 17 to 24 real quick before we get to a break and the reveal of the Lions pick.
Hey, you know what? The chats, they are loving this, man.
Really?
Jay Cruz and Vikes
Let's
on
go.
fire like the roof. I'm seeing a lot of good love for the mock, man. People are loving the mock right now. They're loving the mock. Mike GJJ and the Revolution. Let me see. I saw one on here that said this mock is on fire. Ooh. I didn't know if that was good or bad. Are you saying that in a good way? Whoever sent that in, or a bad way?
Is it burn or is it on fire? There's a discrepancy we need to make with this language.
Yeah.
I love it, though. Let's get through 17 through 24 real quick.
Yeah.
I hope the energy stays at 29 because I'm concerned. I love this pick, even though it's not the best fit. We'll see. We'll see. Real quick, 17 through 24, JB, if you could.
I don't like this pick.
That much closer to the Lions climax, right?
I don't like 17.
Yeah, the climax. JP. Which one do you not like?
I don't like 17. Jags.
Ooh,
JP.
That's another one of your players, huh?
Another one going.
Trevor Lawrence needs all the help he can get.
Yeah, Travis Etienne.
Yeah.
And Etienne, the center's the one position on their offensive line. They're the weakest.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like a perfect fit. I didn't realize it before. They could use a center.
Yeah.
Brock
Bowers to
Jackson Powers Johnson. He keeps and I know it's PFF and the rankings are all take it for what it is, but he does keep falling to the Lions every time I do it.
Really?
Just play around. He's there a lot. Him and Jerzon Newton, who's coming up.
Wow.
Bowers falls out of the top 10. He was in my first mock draft to the Bengals. If he's there, they can't say no.
Yeah.
It's either offensive lineman or Bowers. Jerzon Newton is the next Aaron Donald, or that's what they're hoping for by drafting an interior defender. Steelers get Fashanu. Fuago goes to the Dolphins. Terrion Arnold falls to the Eagles.
22.
Seems like a pretty good fit there.
That's my guy right there.
And here we go. The Cardinals, their second first-round pick. They
Graham
need,
Barton.
I think, 4 out of 5 offensive linemen they could use. Graham Barton, he can fill wherever they need the most, whoever they attack in the other rounds or free agency, he can fill in whatever their biggest need is. And then, on the opposite of CeeDee Lamb, they decide not to go offensive line, not to go defense, but they just take Brian Thomas and go CeeDee Lamb, Brian Thomas. Good luck, Commanders.
Yeah.
Good luck, Giants. Good luck, Eagles.
Yeah.
All questionable secondaries. That's a pretty explosive offense brewing, as long as Dak Prescott can stay clean.
He'll stay clean to the playoffs, and then they'll fail as usual.
Facts.
Yep.
Feels
Like clockwork.
Facts, like
closer
clockwork.
and closer to the big mock climax.
It's coming.
Oh,
It's coming.
stop it.
It's coming. I'm excited for you to pick holes in it. Holes like Swiss cheese.
Ooh,
Holes like Swiss.
I get it.
The holes that the Swiss insurance will fill
bad
in your
timing.
insurance needs. I know you have the holes. Sometimes when I'm just thinking and I'm talking so loud I can't hear.
You be in
and
your
I'm just
zone.
going.
You be in your zone.
You be in your zone, man. Sometimes you gotta stay in the zone, especially when you're getting close to the climax of the big mock. I get that, man. I get it.
Gotta think. Just gotta put.
Put your mind to it, man. And why you gotta focus? Because there's sometimes good news, there's sometimes bad news. Like some bad news out there, and we're not surprised by this at all, but insurance rates are rising in the state of Michigan. For some of us, it's already a nightmare. But the good news, Swiss Insurance is here to help you turn those things into dreams, man. You got it right now. It's more than ever important for you to go and get your insurance reviewed by Swiss Insurance. So make sure that your current carrier is not slipping in any extra fees or raising your deductible. Just call Mark at Swiss Insurance today or visit them at swissins.com and tell them that Woodward Sports sent you.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house.
Hello?
Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
You smell that? That's Brad Holmes cooking, and the off-season smells good. Woodward Sports. Every year, after a cold and dreary winter, Metro Detroiters come together for two things: Tigers baseball and the best damned party in the world. A new season of Tigers baseball is here, and we're bringing in the new season as only Woodward Sports knows how. Broadcasting live from the biggest party. It's the Grand Slam Festival at the Detroit Opera House. Come party with 4,000 Detroit sports fans, starting with Wake Up Woodward and rolling into Big D Energy. This is a party you don't want to miss, with Detroit's best DJs, food trucks, and of course, shots. Get your tickets now at GrandSlamFest.com. 21 plus. See you April 5th at the Grand Slam Fest.
Hey, you guys, are you tired of wearing that same old Detroit sports merch? Well, let me tell you right now, it is a new era in sports wearables with amazing designs and the ultimate swag. Look, go to woodwardsports.com, click on that shop tab. We are dropping new designs every single week. We got the Brad Holmes guy. We got the Woodward Lions t-shirt. And you can't forget about the LFG Red Wing shirts and hoodies that we have up there. Go to woodwardsports.com, click on that shop tab. You know the draft is coming soon.
So soon. What is that?
Hey, there we go. You know what? I was in downtown Detroit last night, visited St. Andrews Hall as well, went to a concert out there, had a pretty good night.
Nice.
And I started seeing a lot of these kind of signs and advertisements. That is the Detroit People Mover, decked out in the NFL draft advertisement. And it looks good, man. I want to be able to, I know that they do stuff on the inside as well. Hopefully I get the inside of Detroit People Mover and get some pictures as well.
Do you think I drafted a People Mover at 29?
You know what? Let's see.
Maybe.
We will see.
Yeah, if you guys can hit that like button, we really, really appreciate it. Sorry. That's one of those times I was just talking over. That's on me.
No,
I was just saying,
brother.
you can hit that like button. We'd appreciate it. We appreciate y'all being here in between breaks when I can actually see your comments. You guys are freaking hilarious.
Gosh, Randy Smalley, big mock facial.
Mm-hmm. You can get him at Lady Jane's.
Big mock facial.
It's relaxing.
I'm seeing Leggett incoming. That's from Steve Wilds, because I know you asked the chat family, who do you believe is the Lions pick?
Can I get guesses?
It's going to be Lad McConkey.
I'm
That's
seeing
your guy. It's Lad
Chucky
McConkey.
Lewis, Robinson, I assume Chop Robinson that is. Eduardo O'Neill, Darius Robertson. I'm on to you, Broder. Randy Smalley, number 29, the Lions selected kicker.
No. I could care less about the kicker. I'm kind of an outlier, I guess. A lot of people want a kicker. Whatever Campbell wants to do.
Brad. If he pick a kicker with the first pick, trust Brad.
Yeah, Matt Maltese, man. I love music. I was actually introduced to Matt Maltese by some of my family. And hey, I'm a fan of his music. I try to be a fan of all types of music. I keep I keep my mind open to that type of stuff, and I had a good time last night, definitely.
I love it. From what I can see, I haven't seen any single person guess this right. I actually think Robert Stevens is the closest when he says playmaker.
Mike Reed said Cooper Beebe.
No, I love Cooper Beebe. He's climbing draft boards where he might turn himself into a number one pick. I think he's going to be second round, maybe early third. But yeah, I did draft a playmaker, and it just happens to be on the defensive side of the ball. Before you put this graphic up, how should I tease this?
It's the climax, so you better do it right.
Right. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't fit perfectly, but as long it's not about jamming in it or forcing it.
Big mock.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a force, but I also think this player will slide in to this locker room
Kool-Aid.
effortlessly. So you know what, JB?
This is fast.
Throw it up there.
No Lou.
You ready for it?
I'm ready for it. At pick number 29.
No Lou.
God, I don't even know what to say right now.
We need depth at this position. This is a winning football player. Mikey Sanderstill.
Michigan
Cornerback
man,
Mikey Sanderstill out of the University of Michigan.
No way.
KG.
No way.
No way.
Solo cam that man.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, let's hear it. I'll answer. Let's hear it.
No.
Come on, I know. Slappy. Let's hear it. What?
No.
Give it to me.
What did this say? You went limp right at the end, man. Come on, man.
Give it to me.
Listen, I like Mikey Sanderstill a lot, but We still got. Where's Chop Robinson at? Is he not in the first round? Did he
Look
get
at number 30.
Right after. Look at KG's face, dog.
You let Chop Robinson get past you for Mikey Sanders still. And no, I love Mikey. I love Michigan. There's no problem there. But Mikey Sanders still is not a first round
This is
pick
when the OnlyFans stream, it just gets stuck on loading right now.
Yeah,
right?
like you spin it right now, right at the most important part. Like, oh my
This
God.
is Jameer Gibbs isn't a number 12 overall pick, and Jack Campbell isn't a first-round pick. You know? He's small. He's 5'9", 185 pounds. He's played slot cornerback at Michigan. It's not your most glaring need, but at 29, we've talked about them positioning themselves. Yeah, check this out.
Bro,
against Ohio State. Ooh. Come on. This is a football player. This is a high IQ football player. That FBI, Mikey Sanderson, can come and fill in any need in that secondary. He's not huge, but just like Amik Robertson, he plays bigger than he does. He was a wide receiver before he transformed into or became a cornerback before he transitioned to defense. Mikey Sanderson, he has the right attitude, the right mentality. Cornerback is a position of need. We just happen to be deep right now.
And when you say that, though, there are other needs here. And Steve Baffey wants to know. He says this: you cannot leave Chop and Roman there and take Sanders still. And I'll turn that into a question.
Yeah.
What's the thought process there? Because obviously, you're looking for some help on the line still to complete that. We're also looking for another wide receiver, especially with Josh Reynolds leaving. And we're also looking for a cornerback. You chose to go the cornerback route. What's the thinking there with Chop and Roman?
And not even a TJ Tampa, like a bigger body, a man press corner on the outside. I get it. I know. The decision was between Chop. I went with Sanders, so it was Chop, Chris Braswell out of Alabama, who I haven't picked yet, and Darius Robinson, who I like too.
All viable.
I'm going to be honest. Part of the reason I went with Sanders is because I picked Chop in my mock draft 1.0, 2.0. I picked him before, but also just trying to channel some Brad Holmes, Dan Campbell. With everything that's gone on with Cam Sutton, there's going to be an extra emphasis, and maybe they don't make this pick in the first round. There's going to be an extra emphasis on high-character individuals, even more than we could ever imagine, which we assumed anyway.
Yeah.
Mikey Sanderson will likely be there at 29. The way the board shaped, other than Chop and Darius and Braswell, or going a TJ Tampa route, it's like, you know what, this is totally a Dan Campbell guy. Brad, he's going to fit in perfectly. It just doesn't happen to be the exact fit of what they need. They need pass rushing.
I'd accept wide receiver at 29. Than Mikey Sanders. You still got Xavier Legette. Adonai Mitchell, he went a pick earlier, but I mean, you still got Ladd McConkey. You got some good options at receiver out there too. I mean,
it was so. I mean, the decision between going with your number 3, number 4 wide receiver, with which I love some of these guys, including Xavier Legette. I think that could fit. I wanted to prioritize defense.
Yeah,
like I love Ladd McConkey.
I get it.
I wrote in my article that it's hard to pass up on Ladd McConkey to the Chiefs if he's there at 32, and that's where I would normally go. But Sam Flannel, he sold me on Roman Wilson yesterday as that similar type of player, so I put him with the Chiefs. But you're right. I like Ladd, I like Roman, and I like Adonai Mitchell. Those are some of my favorite receivers, unless Bryant Thomas falls to 29. He didn't in this draft. So I went Mikey Sanders still. The dude has so much swag.
We do have somebody on the line that may want to dispute your big mock.
Bring it.
I want people to tell me, man, look, this climax, was it limp or was it pimp?
You need a blue pill, I'll say that. We got Eduardo on the line. Eduardo.
Oh, boy, Eduardo.
What's up, Eduardo? You on Wake Up Woodward, bro? Oh, hold on. One more time.
Good morning, guys.
What's up, Eduardo?
Good morning.
Yeah, no, you're not very happy with me, eh?
All right. So listen, Broder, I love you. I got 2 questions for y'all. I got 2 questions. One for Broder, one for the group.
All right.
For starters, so Broder, do you really think that Mr. Michigan, whatever I can't pronounce his name, is better than future first-team All-Pro Brian Branch? That's my first question.
I think he's going to be similar to Brian Branch. Oh, sorry. You asked your second question. I'll answer it after.
Yeah. And second question, right? In theory, if let's say the Lions trade up, right, and Brad chooses to draft an offensive player, but on the board Verse and Latu are still there, how would you all of you guys react?
Ooh, I like
if
that.
Brad goes the offensive route and those pass rushers are there. And just want to let you guys know, Brian Branch for defensive for All-Pro next year. Just letting y'all know. Have a great day.
I like that.
I'm on that train. And that was where my Eduardo, by the way, thanks so much for calling.
shout out, Eduardo.
You are the man. And thanks for
Thank you, brother.
You were kinder to me than I expected. Sorry. He's a little smaller. I put him in that similar category as a Brian Branch. It's just a defensive playmaker that you can slot in multiple roles on the defense, and you know he's got the football IQ, that FBI, to become a star. It might not be in year one, but he is going to be a winning football. He's going to contribute to winning more than it looks right now, and I fully believe, while now he might be looked at as like a late second, maybe a third rounder, I truly think he's going to move up either into the top half of the second round or be a late first round pick. This is one of those guys, especially with everything going on with the Lions, but with other teams around the NFL, you bring a guy like this into the locker room, it's a safe pick with a lot of upside.
Yeah.
Now, what about his question number 2? On the board, Lions trade up, Verse or Latu?
That's tough. I think I want Verse more. But Latu is also a viable option at that spot. But Jared Verse, to me, he's the perfect pass rusher that you need to add to this mix. To me, if you get him, your D-line is complete through and through.
And you know what? As much as we've kind of been going through this, I've been learning a lot as well, especially from some ball knowers like you, Broder, and KG. All the time in a lot of our mock drafts, I've picked Latu. But if you have a Jared Verse available, that's because he really wasn't available. And as much as I've learned about him, as much as you guys have talked about him, it's like Jared Verse seems like that guy.
Just think of Marcus Davenport without the injuries. That's Jared Verse.
Yeah.
Talk dirty to me, KG.
This is the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a climax, right?
It is. It is. JB, I know we blew through break, but could you just put up the full Lions picks from that draft that I put a screenshot in? Because maybe that helps out a little bit in terms of filling some other holes on the defense. We got Sanders still out first. I did make a trade. I know. I went tight end at 51. I get it. The dude is a beast,
You're going to
though.
have the chat on fire.
This is in the last 2 days, Joseph Dion turned me on to Jatavion Sanders. And I can't believe I misspelled that. I hope I didn't post that already. Texas with an X. He's a beast.
Yeah.
He's a 6'4", 6'5", 245. He's more of like a big body wide receiver. Oh, here are some clips of him making some catches. To me, he's like what they hoped James Mitchell would
Davis, be. Almost like body type wise.
Yeah, he's like what they want James Mitchell to be.
Yeah.
This is my instead of a big body wide receiver, I went with this tight end. He's a better athlete. He's a better pass catcher. He could use some blocking refinement, but he is a absolute freak. And this next clip, the very last highlight on this, I believe, is what you talk about toughness. You see a one-handed catch here. Boom.
Ooh.
Sorry.
Just shrug it off.
Just
like
bounced
He
right
bounced
off
right
of him.
back up, though.
I mean, the pick itself ain't the worst, but are you giving up on James Mitchell? Is that what you're saying?
Maybe. Yeah.
Okay.
Or at least the future replacement. They're going to have 4 tight ends on the team.
Yeah, I was about to say, you also still have Zylstra and Brock Wright on the roster, too. So
James Mitchell, he hasn't been doing it for me.
I got you. I understand.
This could be that replacement. He's huge. He's like that big body wide receiver.
I just don't think you need 4 tight ends on your roster. I mean, I know they've operated like that, but I don't think you need that,
I would agree. I just think this Lions team, coached by Dan Campbell, a tight end, they prioritize that position.
Yeah.
Ben Johnson, they prioritize that position. So, shoot, Laporta and Jatavion Sanders, Brock Wright, Zylstra, shoot.
I wonder how much the end of the season weighed on them as well, where they had to go and look for tight end help by the end of the season because of injuries. They used their tight ends. Their tight ends are going to be involved in a lot of different sets. Maybe it's just them with the mindset of having some insurance in that department.
Yeah. So you saw it. I addressed the edge, some defensive tackles later in the draft, but there was it. I know it wasn't going to be the most popular pick, but there it was.
Let's get the chat was on fire, man. But let me get to break so we can get to this next segment.
Yeah, definitely. That's on me.
No, look, we always make the time for the big mock, right?
You got to.
That was what since the beginning of the
you.
show, everybody said that they were ready for the Big Mock. I hope they were able to handle it too.
It was a veiny Big Mock, but we got we got there though.
Flaccid. I'm telling you, Sanders still, whether it's the Lions or another team, call me a homer. I don't care. He's going to be a ball player.
Call me in the 3rd round.
I don't even know how to transition into this next one. I was going to say something that was about to be completely out of pocket, man. But it's Lady Jane's, man. Awesome is when a guy can be a guy and get amazing haircut. That's Lady Jane's Haircuts for a minute. Stop in, sit back, and relax, and let one of Lady Jane's talented stylists make you look and feel great. Hey, look, where we sit, we're able to see these the people coming in, getting the head and scalp massage, the shampoo, and all of that. I'm telling you guys, you got to walk in one day and experience it. And you can do that anytime, 7 days a week. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome. Wicked awesome.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
Give your pet the best. And you know what, man? We got the Golden Grizzly, we got the Lion, we got the Tiger, man, and we taking the Premier Pet Supply because it's hands down Michigan's best pet store. Same prices and all the conveniences of all the big box retailers. With one major difference, they've been family and locally owned for over 30 plus years. Don't just say Detroit. Don't just be about Metro Detroit. Go out and support it as well. They have over 60 brands of food and nutrition experts to help you. Same day, local, curbside, and home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best at www.premierpetssupply.com.
And we got the QB Challenge at Shake Shack. Shake Shack and Woodward Sports wants to remind you it's always football season, and you have the chance to win 2 free tickets to this season's home opener. It's the Shake Shack QB Challenge. If you could throw that pigskin on a rope, you could be at the home opener. Register for your chance to win at any Shake Shack location at woodwardsports.com or that QR code right above.
What up, though, people? Welcome back. Thank you guys for kicking off your day with Wake Up Woodward. Wake up. We got 4 of our 5 here. Mr. Broder, Detroit's #1 draft pick, KG, and the MVP, Mr. JB Smooth. I saw Broder walk in. Broder, you're right here. You're whipping it out, apparently. I saw Flannel walk in already. Shout out to him. I know he's going to be a big D energy. It's your boy, Brandon Den, a.k.a.
We're such boys.
Yeah, I know, right?
This is a locker room. By the way, shout out Eduardo O'Neill. We're going to answer this after what's trending with JB, but I appreciate the $5 donation. I got this question set aside. Hey, the Lions trade up and draft an offensive player over Verse and Letu, who were still on the board. How would you feel? We'll answer that here in just a few minutes, Eduardo. But first,
it's time for the most electrifying segment in sports entertainment. If you smell what JB Smooth is cooking with what's trending.
Jay Bizzle.
There we go.
Hey, what's up, fellas? So look, I'll try to make this one a little short and sweet for you guys. But I know yesterday we were all excited about the Tigers game, and I just had a feeling that this is how we all were.
Johnson, this guy, man, it's opening day.
Can't. I'm in a pickle.
What's the count?
I'm heading into the bottom of the ninth.
Hey, I could be your cutoff man.
I think I need more of a relief pitcher.
Johnson, you all right, man?
Sorry. Bad hop.
Sounded like you were choking up.
This is like a bullpen.
Hey, do me a favor and touch base when you're no.
That'd be the worst dad jokes ever.
Baseball edition, though.
I just had a feeling everyone was like that yesterday. Am I wrong or what?
No,
Hey, man, that was a good video, man. Definitely lifts the spirits a little bit. I like that.
It's like those are the types of conversations that happen in a bullpen where you're sitting around for 7 innings, like waiting for maybe the chance to go in. You start just talking nonsense, and then by the time the 7th inning hits, you're just making up more phallic puns.
Give me one of your bullpen jokes.
Oh, I gotta
put you on the spot.
Yeah, put me on the spot there. I have dad jokes, but I don't know if they're bullpen jokes.
All right, well, this next video right here, I got to know, this was one hell of a hit just to make it to home.
Get down.
Oh! Did the catcher hold on?
Yeah, he did. He got him.
Wow.
He tagged him. He tagged him in there. Watch.
Bow.
Bam.
That's a...
He held on. It's still in the glove. He took the glove off. Yo, wow.
He's in pain.
Is that a older man? Like, is this a men's league? It looks like an older catcher.
No.
He's out.
Well, I think it's kids.
Yeah, I think this is kids.
Okay.
But, bow.
Oh, he took a shoulder, too. That's nasty.
And he immediately got thrown out of that game.
Baller for holding on to that.
These are the...
Wow.
It must not have gotten taken out of some of the whatever league that is, but they changed the rules sliding into home and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like when Buster Posey broke his leg or broke his ankle.
But you can't be doing that type of stuff.
No, that's
running
right.
over people like that.
Tossed.
Yeah.
Salad.
That is wild. Lastly, I will leave you guys with this one. Just want you to know, if my wedding intro is not as lit as this one is, don't even show up.
Oh, boy.
Oh, the Roman entrance? Y'all
so
acknowledge your tribal groom, man.
You know what? Make weddings great again. I like this.
Acknowledge your tribal groom.
Flowers on.
Yeah, that's dope.
The wise man handing them the belt.
Damn right.
Is this what Roman Reigns does?
Yeah, this is entrance.
But wait. Ah, there we go.
Nice. Stop it. He got the pyro, too.
It would suck if his bride didn't show up to this wedding.
Oh, yeah, that would be terrible.
Or comes in with another dude.
That's right. Throw your ones up, man. Throw your ones up.
Throw your ones up for them. Oh, wait, I got to
Yeah.
get this picture. Look at this.
Let's go. Throw them ones up. Throw some D's
Let's
on that.
go.
On that.
All right, but
That
yeah,
was epic, man. Epic.
That's
What's
it for
trending.
what's trending. I definitely think that all three of those videos would definitely be something that our family friend here at Woodward Sports would definitely truly love. And as you guys have said earlier today, if at any time today, just reach out to someone that you love and just tell them that, hey, I miss you. I'm thinking about you. I love you, just because you never know when that time could be cut short. So just any point in today, just reach out to someone and let them know that you're there for them and that you care about them. But that's it for what's trending. Back to you guys on the desk. Let's just finish off the show strong.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Before we get to answer some mailbag questions, let me tell you real quick. Our last two sponsors of the day, Feldman Chevrolet. Since 1996, they've been driven to provide a first-class automotive experience called the Feldman Advantage. With 18 locations, there's a Feldman dealership in your backyard, so visit feldmanauto.com to find the location nearest you. You can catch us there every other Monday at their Novi dealership. Feldman Chevrolet, Detroit's #1 Chevy dealer. Also, they make it easy. You get a Chevrolet, you can easily clean your car from the crumbs you get from eating Soroki's crispy chicken and pizza. Let me tell you about them. Their food is amazing, and their locations are popping up all over Metro Detroit. A perfect takeout option featuring hand-breaded fried chicken, New York pizza, fresh salad sides, and more. Check out the full menu and find the closest Soroki's near you at Sorokis.com. That's SAROKIS.com. Soroki's in Woodward Sports. Like these mailbag questions, they are crispy.
Yeah.
Crispy.
I want to shout out MJ as well. He said, it's my daughter's 2nd birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday.
to MJ's daughter. Definitely.
MJ's the baby goat.
Hey, let's rock.
Yeah, happy birthday to your daughter.
Yeah.
I see some great mailbag questions in there. Let's answer Eduardo's real quick. And I believe he
sir.
said It was actually what he was trying to ask us on the phone. So you move up to draft an offensive player over Jared Verse or Letu. Who would you move up for? So I'm interpreting this as like you're probably moving up for one of the top, a top 12 guy.
I got mine.
Who?
JPJ.
Sure. Jackson Powers. You're just moving up to take him wherever you get a trade partner.
Either him or Marvin Harrison, but I don't think we need that type of receiver. He's great, don't get me wrong, but I don't think we need that. But Jackson Powers Johnson, absolutely, he's the best offensive lineman in this draft. You can never go wrong at offensive line. They still need a little bit of help there. Kevin Zeitler's only a 1-year deal, so JPJ would be mine.
That's a good one.
I like thinking. You know what? To kind of take a page out of JB's book, I'm going to ask, what would you guys think about if it was Dallas Turner that they went up and got?
That's my pick.
I would love that. I know he's a defensive player, but he's one of those that I would move up for.
Yeah.
Especially if he bounces out of the top 10, top 12.
Yeah, you got to be making some calls.
What about, so you said no to Harrison. What about Roma Dunze? Neighbors? Neighbors is a playmaker.
I like Rome. I don't know.
Is there a cornerback that you all would move up for?
In
that scenario, is there any cornerback that you would say, you know what, this guy is worth moving up?
Mine would be Terry and Arnold all day.
Terry and Arnold?
Yeah, I feel like he's the one. He'll be the best corner in this draft, ultimately. Either him, I don't know how far you have to move up for Nate Wiggins, but I will also accept Nate Wiggins as an answer as well.
Okay. You getting some love, KG, just a fan. KG is right, JPJ. Cy Gray, JPJ would be an A+ pick. Vincent Ellison, Arnold 100. Dante 151, Arnold. Eduardo O'Neal, Terrion Arnold.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are getting you're getting some love.
If 4 quarterbacks go off the board like that, and then you still got these wide receivers on the board, you still got a lot of great tackles. You never know. These teams passing on an interior offensive lineman. JPJ may be there. I don't expect him to be there at 29, but he may late teens, early 20s, depending on how things play out.
Could.
He could.
You got the capital to move up.
Yeah.
So
there it is. How about this? Mailbag. Freddie Felt. Oh, sorry. Someone say something?
Oh, no. Go ahead.
I'm hearing things. Freddie Felt 313 mailbag. Which Tigers player should Neil and KG spend an hour arguing about today to ensure said person ends up winning the game for the Tigers today like El Mago did yesterday?
And you got a fan on the show, too. That's going to be epic,
man. Oh, man, I can't wait, man.
Tune in.
Neil got to answer for some things, man. We'll just say that. But it's all love, man. Me and Neil, we want the same things, people. We want the same things. But Tigers got off to a good start. I don't know, man. I don't know. But hopefully Neil, as the season goes on, he will drop his prejudices against the team, and we'll get somewhere, you know.
Hey,
what?
I'm just laughing at KG, dog. And I know this. Yeah, tune in to Big D Energy today, 11 to 1, as well as Armani and Edwards from 2 to 4, and then the heavyweights from 5 to 7. Tune in to the shows, man. It's gonna be epic. But I'm really looking forward to Big D Energy today.
Definitely. How about this one from Randy Smiley? We haven't been asked this. This is clever. Since Caleb Williams is basically a lock at one.
Yeah.
Randy Smalley says, mailbag. Going to be a surprise pick at number 1. There are too many possibilities, but outside of Caleb Williams, who would you take at number 1?
Besides Caleb?
Yeah. Do you go Marvin Harrison Jr.? Do you go J.J. McCarthy?
You gotta get
Is this team specific? Like, who's number 2 again?
Number 2 is Washington.
Washington? Oh,
that's a tricky one without the
quarterback, though.
How about the Bears? Let's say Caleb Williams decides to take a year off. Okay. What do the Bears do? Caleb Williams not in this draft anymore. This team doesn't have a quarterback at the moment.
I think Jaden Daniels would be the pick. They need a quarterback, period. So it would have to be Jaden Daniels would be.
I was gonna say reverse the Justin Fields trade.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Caleb Williams is sitting out. It's like, this is definitely all set up for them to go and get a quarterback. Jaden Daniels seems to be the hot name right now. It was J.J. McCarthy for a little bit, not in terms of being a number 1 or number 2 pick, but the quarterbacks that have just kind of made a name for themselves over the weeks and pro day, combine. Now Jaden Daniels seems to be that guy that's solidifying himself as a top 2 quarterback in this draft.
Yeah.
It's Jaden Daniels or Drake May. I feel like either one of those two. Like, I'm not as high on JJ as everyone else is, but I think those 2 quarterbacks right there could be your top 1 and 2, if anything.
That would trade the pick.
JJ will be a top 10 pick, though. Like, I can damn near guarantee it at this point now.
Definitely.
So,
Definitely. What'd you just say about
that what Tourette says, you got to trade that pick.
Yeah. it would be a haul. Bears could get a haul at one right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You move back 2 spots. You move back 1 spot, you could get a haul. That's interesting.
Do the Baker Mayfield type trade?
Yeah.
You saw how that worked out for the Browns.
Oh, man.
Very true.
Diz 411, Matt Millen versus Troy Weaver versus Al Avila in triple threat.
Oh, my word.
Ooh.
Oh, my. Who is that, Diz?
Yeah.
Bro. Al Avila versus Troy Weaver versus...
And it sucks because
Who's the third?
Matt Millen.
Matt Millen.
Because Troy is still a current GM. Those
Listen.
other 2 are no longer GMs.
Listen, Troy is nowhere near as bad as Matt Millen and Al Avila was to their respective franchises.
Yeah.
And I know Troy Weaver has done a number on this Pistons team, but nothing compares to 0-16 in football. Like, there's only 2 teams that ever have done it. So
yeah,
they're all getting fired.
Yeah.
Who's going to be the first to 17 or 18? 0-17.
Oh, man.
By the way, I'm not thinking. People will talk about it next week. Would you be more worried about the Bears if they had Jaden Daniels and Caleb Williams?
Maybe,
right? Maybe.
Yeah. He might be a little more NFL ready.
A little
His
bit more
elusiveness.
NFC North black and blue division ready as well.
And his mobility, Caleb Williams is mobile, don't get me wrong, but
Jaden Daniels is the type of quarterback that seems like they would absolutely gash at least last year's Detroit Lions.
I feel like he's different than Jalen Hurts, but there's something about his leadership. And forget this last Jalen Hurts year, this last one with the Eagles. There's something like some innate leadership. There's good aura coming off of him, and no one's talking about him. And he might fall. He should go number 2, but he might. JJ, they talk about Commanders.
Be out their mind if they don't pick him at 2.
Jaden Daniels should be that pick.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, boys. All right, chat. Boys and girls.
Down.
Let's go, baby. This was an awesome show. Thanks so much for keeping us on track, kind of. Thanks so much for keeping us positive.
Right in the pocket. That pass was perfect, man. Right in the pocket. That would have been a made
Like my
bucket. That would
chapstick.
have been an assist for you, man. I'm just letting you know that.
In the pocket.
Knocking it down from long range. Let's go. Hey, chat family, as always, thank you guys for your support of the Wake Up Woodward crew. As I said earlier, definitely tap in with Big D Energy, but it's time to break this down. Shout out to Flannel Sam, our vet in the show. He will be on Big D Energy today. Shout out to our 6th man, Terry Foster, as well. And everybody else, the guests today, Tracy Smith, University of Michigan head coach for the baseball team. And that was a great interview. If you missed that, definitely go back and look at that. He had some good things to say about Michigan baseball, some good banter with former Michigan baseball player, always Michigan man, Mr. Matt Broder.
My dog.
And he talked about the Tigers. He mentioned what they're doing right now, what he expects, as well as
Torque, Cole Keith,
AJ Hinch,
AJ
Cole
Hinch.
Keith. Yeah.
Got some knowledge from Tracy.
It was a good one. But for our squad, man, we got an MVP on this team. His name is Mr. JB Smooth. It's Friday, man. Let's just say it in the city. Boom.
Today's.
Hey, and you guys
Love
already
you guys.
know. Let me turn the hat forward because we got 4 Tigers hats on the show today all the way around. That's around the horn, huh?
Let's go, baby. Kenta Maeda tomorrow.
Hey, let's rock. We got Detroit's #1 draft pick in the sound booth as well, Mr. KG.
Hey, appreciate everybody tuning in this whole week, man. It's been great, and just keep us in your prayers, man. Keep the Woodward family in your prayers.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm going to finish the breakdown, and I'll let JB close us out today. We got our credentialed Detroit Lions and Detroit Tigers credentialed beat writer and reporter, and overall great dude, man.
Undefeated
like the rest
Tigers.
Of this crew. Undefeated Tigers. Man, we can say that right now.
Yeah.
Let's rock. As long as we can say that, we're going to say that.
And we got our credential Pistons beat writer and beat reporter, Detroit Kool-Aid, Brandon Dent.
Doing the Lord's work.
Let's go. Let's go. I appreciate any and all support. JB, man, take us out with a strong message today, man.
What more is there to say? Hey, look, I love each and every one of you guys. I love you guys in the chat as well, too, whether you agree with our takes or don't agree with our takes. We just love that you're here with us, pushing us past, giving us positive vibes going on through the day. And like we said earlier, if there is someone out there that you haven't spoken to, just reach out to them today. Tell them you love them. Tell them you miss them. And just bring that positive energy. And like KG said earlier, keep all of us, the Woodward family, in your prayers. And, hey, we will hope for a better week next week, and we will see you all then. But stay safe out there and have a happy Easter.
Hey.